was a mistake. Nature simply erred blindly in a billion different ways, until it randomly stumbled upon the perfect seed, only to rebuild it over and over in the eternal struggle for evolution. But even this divine seed can become corrupted in the wrong hands. The impure, fallible hands of man. And here, in the meadows run afoul with poisonous weeds in the guise of flowers, this corruption will be purged. The cleansing fire of apocalypse will allow the fields to grow anew.
Couldn't agree more. Everyone deserves a second chance. Come, brother. Let me guide you to the true Garden of Eden.
Fear is irrational. Fear can only exist if you doubt yourself. But I will admit I had once feared that fate itself had a dark plan where I would forever walk a path alone. Life as I knew it was ripped from my hands as a child, leaving me to wander until I found my true self, my purpose in the jungles untouched by man. Fitting that I lost the creature comforts of society only to find comfort claiming creatures in the wild. But these beasts were too simple and began to bore me. That is when fate spoke up, presenting its champion, a challenge unlike any being I had bested before. He proved worthy, for a short while, but I quickly grew beyond him and left him behind in the dirt. I had hoped fate would present me some reward, but life remained empty. This is when the fear sunk in. I sought out opponents, but none provided me with the challenge I craved. Before me was a desolate road leading to nothing. However, it seems that fate was biding its time. It had presented a new wilderness and a choice. Do I go quietly into the night, an old man reminiscing on his lost glory? or to chase the meaning I desire. I no longer fear fate. How can I fear a force that has left a trail to something so glorious? How can I fear something that presents what I want most? So I approach without fear, instead with boundless excitement for this one final hunt!
Listen closely, Curse Bearer, for this is your legacy. It was the first age of humanity, a time when men, gods, and beasts coexisted, often in the same body. Legend tells of the Sumerian goddess of the dead, Ereshkigal, who shackled the demon Pazuzu and used his very flesh to create a weapon of unspeakable power. A wicked king had stolen the key to the underworld and would not return it until the goddess forged a bloodthirsty blade to slay his enemies. And so, the demon's spine became the anvil, and the goddess's hand the hammer. Her soul became the ore, and his pain the fire. The king was pleased, but as he first held the newborn blade, he felt a deathly shiver. As the bloodline drained the last drop of his life energy, the tyrant realized he'd got more than he bargained for. But the king's blood was weak, and the sword's hunger insatiable. For years it searched for a stronger host, one that could fulfill its dark destiny. And after many centuries of futile search, it finally found me, its one and true mistress. Purgatory!
From childhood, we are trained. No, forged to be the best. We are pushed beyond the limit of both body and mind. We become precise, measured, single-minded, like a tool or a weapon. But tools break. Weapons fail. Humans endure. They survive. And live to fight another day.
Silence, fools, and prepare. This will be our world now. I will finally bring this prison to ruins and take it as my own. No one can stop the coming wave of carnage and destruction. No one but he who we must first destroy. And he is right on time.
Of all the vile filth in the universe I've had to exterminate, you have got to be the ugliest. Alright, let's get this over with. I have the rest of eternity to wander pointlessly.
Oh, poor Frank. Always alone. Well, let me introduce you to some friends of mine.
Fan of street meat, huh? Well, how do you feel about pulled pork? Seems like no matter how many messes I clean up, every multiverse has another set of numbskulls to deal with. You've got criminals, robots, shapeshifters, evil scientists, arms dealers, politicians, and it goes on and on and on. You know, you're all pretty lucky I'm so good at superheroing. Is that a word?
Looking to find your trip to stardom? Your time in the limelight?
Go on.
Then today's your lucky day! Mojo World Incorporated is accepting new applicants for our Saturday morning time slots. Perform for an audience of devoted fans. Be admired near and far. Become famous overnight.
Oh, famous, huh? Are we talking like a niche kids cartoon that adults also sort of love famous, or?
But wait, there's more.
Answer me! Oh, right, you can't hear me.
Work under the illustrious Mojo himself, whose overwhelming power and influence in viewership will help you achieve your wildest dreams. At Mojo World, when Mojo wins, we all win.
That doesn't sound that sinister, right?
Right?
Excuse me, what now?
Haha.
Well, that commercial was weirder than tofu bacon, but I could be famous. People would actually laugh when I paused for laughter. Huh, I wonder where I can find this Mojo guy anyway.
some reason, I'm getting 1990s flashbacks.
This world is faulty. A meager cage meant to imprison the weak.
Rad. Hey, how do we bust out of here? Huh, mind the sparkles, Chrome dude. I'm checking for weak spots. Oh, Max Grody. I'm not scarfing floor chicken to survive here.
You'd be amazed at what you might do to survive, child.
Child? Moi? Oh, it is on, Finface. How did you two skip into this world? Join us in the contest, won't you?
Jubilee and Strife join over 180 champions from every corner of the Marvel Universe, past, present, and future. No quarters needed. Download Marvel Contest of Champions free on your favorite mobile device and play this month's exciting new story, X-Men: Prodigal Son. Available only in the contest.
You know my story. Maybe some small details have changed, but it's a tale that keeps being told. A field trip to a museum held fateful consequences. One bite was all it would take to change me forever. I gained strange new powers. And of course, with strange powers, there must also come strange responsibilities. So I trained both my body and my mind, seeking out tutelage from the sorcerers of Kamertage. I was plagued with dark visions. But finally, I learned the truth. I was just one thread of the web of fate and destiny. The web is not merely a multiverse, but a force, a will, a power that ties together all the souls empowered by it, and it was in danger. In some mysterious corner of the Spider-Verse, those connected to the web were trapped, tested, and made to battle. I have to find the source of this destruction. I have to protect the Spider-Verse. I have to travel to the Contest of Champions. Most of all, I have to hope that I'm not already too late.
In this month's event quest, Arachnophobia. Collect over 200 superheroes and villains. Compete worldwide with alliances and prove your champions reign supreme. Only in Marvel Contest of Champions.
What is a hero? It is more than a word. It is a duty that lights our way. I'm forever in training, honing my body to become the ultimate weapon, surrendering my life to the path of a hero. But I have sometimes stumbled. The darkness is unrelenting. It hides in every corner and misses no opportunity to spread. It delights in our failures. So we meet it again and again.
Hello, Summoners, and welcome to Day 2 of Battlerealm Brawl! Thank you all for being here. My name is Jax. I am one of your community managers on Marvel Contest of Champions, and I am thrilled to be here for your semifinals and final matchups. Are you all excited? All right, today, one lucky summoner, I don't want to say lucky, honestly, one skillful summoner will be walking home with this championship belt. I don't know if you've seen this yet. It's incredible, it's hefty, it's legit. I feel bad touching it. I don't feel like I've earned it. It's going to be epic. Before we dive too deep into today's presentation, I want to let you know that we are speaking to you from the traditional and ancestral territories of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations, and we ask that you take a moment from your day-to-day life to reflect on what it means to live and work on these unceded lands. All right. Is everybody ready for today? Awesome. A massive shout out to everybody watching at home on twitch.tv/kabam or our YouTube channels or any of the restreams happening around the world. We appreciate you. Please light up that chat. Cheer for your favorites. Let them know that you're here to support them. Again, thank you so much. And a massive shout out to everybody sitting here with us in this space. It's been incredible to have you here over the last 2 days. We hope that you enjoyed our player summit yesterday, the reveals, the hands-on experience, everything like that. Thank you again so very much. If you are watching at home, be ready. We've got a couple of big announcements for you that the people in this room had hands-on with yesterday, and you will see for the first time today, including a brand new game mode coming to the Battle Realm. Those of you that played it, how was it? It was awesome. I didn't play it, but I saw it, and people seem to be having fun, and that's what it's all about, really. All right, without further ado, let's bring back your top 4 summoners. Please make some noise for them as we bring them out. First, let's welcome your number 1 seed headed straight into this semifinals. Please make some noise for FinTech. And FinTech's opposition in this first semifinal matchup. Please put your hands together and welcome to the stage, Mana Nagase! And moving right along to our second semifinal matchup, we have, all the way from Mexico, please make some noise for Pepe! Always smiling, I love it. And last but certainly not least, all the way from across the pond in the UK, please welcome Trappy! All right, gang, let's bring you 3 over to join Trappy here on the stage. And one more time from everyone watching, please make some noise for your 4 semi-final contestants. All right, gentlemen, grab yourself a seat, kick back, relax, take a second, compose yourself, meditate, do whatever you need to do. And without further ado, let's hand things off to our first commentator pair for today's semi-final match. Please put your hands together for Karate Mike and Daddy Longlegs.
What is going on, Summoners? We are back here today with the finals of the first Battlerealm Brawl live here in Vancouver. I am Karate Mike.
And I am DLL.
Also known as Daddy Longlegs.
Against my wishes. All right, so there is a lot to talk about today because we have a completely new node set that is going to play extremely differently. Yesterday was very aggressive. It almost read unblockable at times. Today is about buff control, about anti-miss, about debuff control, about staying alive and out of the corner.
Absolutely. It is a very different feel today opposed to the meta yesterday. I'm very interested to see if people are a little scared to block today because they went through an entire round scared of invade. That block penetration on that node was absolutely massive yesterday. One parry, a perfectly well-timed block, would take off about 8% of the attacker's health. Today, that's not going to be happening, but there are some other defensive threats that are actually a little bit more threatening. Of course, like you said, miss counters are going to be huge. Buff control is going to be enormous. It's going to completely shift the way these players play the game. But there's something really good about that. I don't know if you guys know this, but the players who are playing today are kind of good at the game. So I'm really excited to see how they handle these nodes. All right? So what do you think we're going to be seeing today?
Well, for one thing, we will be seeing 5 more rank 2 7-stars from all of the characters, or from all of the players, and they also had another 506 stones to spread around. There's going to be some real firepower. I think the most interesting thing to me is that looking over the decks, all 4 of the players pretty much just invested in defense. They didn't rank 2 attackers to counter the node. They just ranked 2 defenders to slow down and give their opponents a bad day.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be really interesting to see that dynamic unfold.
Right. So for those of you who play Alliance War at home, you might know this node set a little bit as the old node 48 in Alliance War, right? So every time you cross a bar of power as the attacker, the defender is going to be gaining a power gain buff. But if you cross 2 bars of power, they're going to go indestructible for 5 seconds. So naturally, that's a decent amount of time. So you might want to spam that special one. But if you do that, you're going to keep giving the opponent power. And they're going to keep getting buffs. And they're going to put the falter. So you have to go for heavy attacks or special attacks. So there's going to be a lot of skill watching today. And I'm very excited to see it.
The other really important thing to point out about this is that if you don't have a way to deal with the indestructible buff, then your special 2 is going to do no damage if you throw it right away.
Absolutely.
And a lot of characters in this game have the special 2 as their damage cash out. So it's a very disruptive node set to tempo, and the contestants are going to have to play around that.
So let me ask you a question now. If you were competing today, what attackers would you be putting into your deck?
I mean, I think the obvious one is Tigra, but I also expect we'll see a fair number of Tigra bans.
Well, why would that happen? We have FinTech up there.
I also was expecting to see more Wiccan in the decks, but I don't think we'll be seeing him today. Maybe we'll see some offensive use of Rintra.
Ooh, that could be exciting. Now, personally, I'm excited to see if we see some stealth Spidey gameplay today with the web foam free fight, because he's going to come out of the gate swinging and swinging hard, countering miss right out of the gate with that slow debuff. Very powerful champion, especially for this meta. I'm very excited to see if he has some play today.
I would also be remiss if I did not mention America Chavez. Her ability to very easily land heavy attacks and reset that timer is going to be huge.
Absolutely. That heavy attack chain from her basic combo is huge. Another champion like that is Gladiator, who I don't think I saw in anybody's deck, which is very interesting to me because of the node set. Sure, that heavy attack could be useful on attack, but Gladiator on defense with this node set could have been a serious problem.
Buffs.
Buffs is the name of the game. Also Wasp. Wasp could have been great as well.
I do like Wasp for this. She would run into a bit of the indestructible problem, though, because her special 2 is a big deal.
That's where you want to have that big firepower. I'm very excited to see what happens today. It's going to be a lot of fun. Very different from yesterday. Yesterday was great. More of a nuke meta. We're going to really see the skill at play today, though, and I personally can't wait.
Absolutely.
All right, with that being said, we're going to jump into our first match of the day. We're going to jump over to Jackson to bring out FinTech versus Nagase.
All right, everybody, are you ready for your first semifinal round? All right, we talked a little about this yesterday, about live show etiquette. I get it. You have chairs. I get it. You want to be quiet and respectful. You don't want to distract. But if you guys want to get like a little rowdy in here, I totally get it. Please show some vocal support to the player that you want to win the match. Give them some love. Give them some energy. They will feed off that. I know that they will. Now, please display that. We're going to do a test run as we welcome them to the stage. Please put your hands together on my right, your left. Welcome to the stage, FinTech. There you go. Yes. Moi moi. And his competitor will be taking a seat on my left, your right. Please put your hands together for the sweetheart, Mana Nagase. All right. Good luck to you both. This is what you'll be fighting for. I believe in you equally, which is confusing because this is a competition and one of you will win. But we will throw things back to Karate Mike and DLL in the booth.
All right, here we go. This is going to be very, very exciting. Now, I talked to both of these competitors before the match today, and I was talking to FinTech, and I was asking him, what champion do you hate fighting more than anybody else? What do you think he said?
Sasquatch?
Invisible Woman.
Ah.
A bit of a surprise, but one that
Indeed.
you don't fight too often, but she could be a little bit annoying.
It's always the weird ones.
Always is. I also
Dr.
talked to
Octopus
Nagase.
Dr. Octopus is at the top of my list. Those silly mediums.
All right. It's like we're
Sounds
moving
like we're
over
starting.
to the draft now. And we got some bans. We're looking at Nagase's screen here, banning
No
FinTech's
surprises.
Tigra, Venom, and Ebony Maw.
We're finally seeing some rank 2 Ebony Maws. That was a somewhat popular choice with the extra resources.
Of course.
And there's Chavez, like we talked about, and of course Torch. Really want to shout out that I believe that is a rank 2 Hyperion. I can't remember.
I believe you're right.
Don't need to throw any Sig Stones into him. He is basically good out of the box duped. That's going to be a lot of damage very quickly.
That's absolutely correct. And here we're seeing Photon, Korg, and Killmonger. 3 MVPs on the defensive side of the game yesterday, but it looks like Photon and future Ant-Man got the picks on FinTech's side.
It makes sense because a lot of the best counters to future Ant-Man, and even to Photon to some extent, are going to have a lot of trouble dealing with this node set.
Absolutely.
We see Mojo. That was another very popular investment with the extra resources.
7-star Mojo.
Mm-hmm.
That degen's going to be pretty spicy. And there is that very big Atuma.
We, of course, see Sasquatch.
And Longshot as well, who could be a very sneaky pick today with those buffs.
I adore Longshot. I have a rank 5 myself. He's going to be very, very good for this. And there we see Adam Warlock.
Ooh,
Speaking
Adam
of annoying
Warlock.
cosmics.
A very common placement in Alliance War for that node.
Absolutely. Going to have to play around the node and the pod. There's going to be a lot to keep track of.
Absolutely, and of course we see a Mephisto there as well. Always relevant if there's no Incinerate Immune champion.
We are also seeing a Juggernaut, again, another very popular rank up. A lot of the
but it looks like
contestants who didn't take him up.
Scorpion gets
here.
the pick there.
Indeed. It does make sense, though, given if you don't want to use Photon on attack, want to grab another science character for those chunky mystics.
Of course, especially Sasquatch.
Mm-hmm. We didn't see much Silk yesterday, but on the topic of characters who can chain into heavies.
Right.
She's probably going to be great today.
We have 3 great champions here at the end. Nick Fury, Valkyrie, and Absorbing Man.
Reminder that Absorbing Man will handle the indestructible buff
That's
better than most.
absolutely correct. So Absorbing Man...
Ooh, we had a reroll.
We have an Archangel who I think is going to be a very big player today because yesterday he was kind of taken out because of the Purification and also because of Invade, but there's nothing stopping Parry Heavy in this meta. In fact, it might even be
Instant
encouraged.
Hyperion. So, if I'm remembering correctly, Hyperion Sig targets all buffs of a few particular types, including power gains.
I believe so.
So every power gain from crossing a bar of power is going to last longer and be a lot more threatening.
And very interesting, I do see a Mojo on the side, and I do know that FinTech tends to like his Mojo for offense.
But
Let's see
it
what happens
is
here.
worth pointing out that Mojo's 90% buff duration reduction is going to be almost entirely undercut by Hyperion's extension.
That's correct.
It's going to be very interesting. But we're going to see it
and
anyway.
We're going to see it. We have Mojo on offense as a 7-star.
Love to see it.
And on the other side, we have Domino with the Sinister Relic versus that Atuma.
Reminder that the way Atuma works is that every time he rolls an ability, he will eventually fail. So Domino is going to constantly be applying critical failure, but it is going to be reduced in intensity.
And now we're seeing Mojo's very unique utility of taking those buffs and lowering the duration. That Indestructible lasted a very short amount of time.
Right. You're not getting around the power gains completely, but you are dealing with the Indestructible. And we just saw the Ghost Rider Relic in action with the Stagger getting rid of one of the power gains entirely.
Yes, we did. And also, Mojo is just about to be ramped up to get that Fury.
Oh. Difficult timing from Nagase there with the Falter showing up just as the Special 2 would have landed.
Absolutely, and we're about to see Hyperion get knocked out. That was an absolutely gorgeous, near perfect Mojo fight from Fintech. And now Atuma is doing Atuma things. Domino is doing Domino things, but she is missing, and Atuma is staring menacingly at Domino in the corner.
And reminder that once Atuma goes unstoppable, you can parry him to get rid of it, but then he just gets nastier for the rest of the fight.
Absolutely.
There we go.
That was an incredible first round. Atuma, of course, if you don't have that Thorns counter, he's going to give you some trouble. So Nagase made the best of what he had there. Domino, not the most ideal counter for Atuma.
Right. Reminder that she actually, her ability accuracy reduction is reversed. So on specials, Atuma will on average get more hydration against her.
Absolutely.
Lot to choose from here.
We're seeing future Ant-Man go down on defense.
And
there's that
another
Atuma. Nagase is saying, let's see how you like it.
Now this fight can be done with Scorpion, who has access to the shocks, and there we go. I was about to
That's
say,
going to keep the hydration under control.
because you can try and nuke it with Archangel, but with these nodes, it would probably be that much more dangerous.
Absolutely.
There we see the shock pre-fight, and we see CGR versus future Ant-Man.
Right.
Reminder that Damnation is also a Fate Seal, is going to completely bypass the effects, or the buffs from the node. Additionally, he has access to Vigilance as a miscounter.
That's very true.
But to get that miscounter, you do have to finish combos, which can sometimes be a little painful against future Ant-Man. There we see Scorpion waiting out the Falter, controlling hydration with the shocks. Cosmic Ghost Rider's a little bit healthier, but we see that the power gain is causing some problems. Power Detonation is about to do some damage, but the Falter is up. Note that it is nice actually being able to block specials today.
Now we are seeing CGR with the Vigilance up top, so kind of ignoring that Falter now. And it looks like he's also pretty healthy, but we're seeing Scorpion's Sig ability come into play here against Atuma, regenerating a lot of those Thorns.
I think Nagase might have miscounted his judgments and thought that he was going to get the Fate Seal on that special too, because he threw the whole thing into the Indestructible. That is the difficult part of CGR for sure.
Absolutely. And when you look at Scorpion's health bar right now, we're watching it go down, we're watching it go back up between 80%, 100% because of that Sig 200 Scorpion.
Right. That regen, the health steal from the Petrify is absolutely coming in clutch.
That's correct. And now one thing to note, Scorpion's very healthy, but Ant-Man is no longer alive.
This is
and
gonna
neither
come
is
down to
Atuma.
time.
There we go. Wow.
beautifully done on
What
both
a
contestants.
thrilling second round there. And it looks like FinTech is going to take match 1 2-0. Finishing very close to a full yellow bar both fights.
Absolutely. Note that with these node sets, there are very few ideal counters. You can just kind of get close.
Absolutely.
But as long as you have the right game plan, you can get through them. And I think that that is very much what we saw on display from both competitors.
I think so as well. We saw 4 great fights right there, and I'm very excited to see what we have next. Now, when it comes to bans, do you think we're going to be seeing some different bans, or do you think we're going to stick with what's working?
I'm not sure. I think both of them were just kind of feeling out the draft there. I would be surprised to see dramatic bans here. Felt like they had answers. Maybe things didn't go exactly as they wanted.
That's right. Let's take a look.
Oh.
Looking like we got the Tiger, Venom, and Piggy getting banned from Nagase. And there's America Chavez, Sassy, and Human Torch.
I stand corrected. Sometimes, of course, you feel the pressure of characters in the draft, even if you don't have to fight them, and decide that you don't want to have that thought process again.
Now, the first champion that we're seeing here is Archangel. And there is a Titania who does happen to have a stagger on her heavy attack. Now, that stagger could be great for getting rid of the indestructible and also the power gain.
Also, her haymakers can potentially give you another opening for your heavy to avoid the falter in the first place.
Absolutely, and if the power gain gets too out of control, well, she could potentially tank that special 3.
Absolutely. We see another Spidey Supreme. Not quite the offensive menace he was yesterday, but pretty annoying on defense. Another Korg. CGR comes back. We do, of course, see Photon and Absorbing Man.
And there's Hulk.
Now, Hulk will have to fight through the Indestructible today.
Wait. We have Hyperion once again.
Wonder if that's going to be back on defense or if we might see an offensive use of him.
We just might. One thing to keep in mind with Hyperion is that with that natural power gain, you have to be spamming that special 1, otherwise they're going to be indestructible very often.
Right, which can make it difficult to land your heavies and ramp up the damage.
Of course.
Looks like we're getting another domino, and then a wealth of choices beyond that.
Hulk.
There we go.
Oh, and the Mysterio right after the domino draft. That's how it goes sometimes.
Indeed. What I was saying earlier is that Hulk will at least not have to worry about the Purify. That part's going to be nice for him.
All right, we're watching FinTech put down Photon on defense first. I don't see an ideal Photon counter on the other side of the board.
Definitely not. And there's Korg.
And I would guess we might see an offensive Nova here.
Or Carl.
Or Carl.
And
or Domino.
Keeping the options open.
Now,
probably because, like you said, no ideal Photon counter.
Right, and very, very important to note, there is a Sinister Relic on that Domino.
So after the bleed comes in, massive, massive precision, huge special 2. Really clean start of the fight by FinTech, destroying the rock shield.
Very, very nice intercepts, and of course a perfect special 1 dex. And up top, CGR so far is handling Photon pretty well.
Yep, knocking her down just before 10, so you can actually evade the special 2.
And a beautiful evade up top, going for the power gain once again. He does have to be careful parrying her. He can't go for a parry heavy because...
Right, not unless he has the vigilance up. Let's see if he potentially puts her into pure light form here. She is being a bit aggressive, as she does.
And there's that heavy attack. And she's currently in pure light. Now, is he going to push her above a bar or kind of wait it out? It looks like he's choosing to wait it out, which is a very smart play.
R still taking some block damage, but there we get the damnation timed perfectly. Big special 2.
And down on the bottom side of the field here, Domino is looking very healthy, going for a special 2. No crits against Korg. He does have that crit resist, but he's down to 34% health, and Domino looks very healthy on the other side.
I wonder if we're going to see a striker to potentially heal off the bleed here.
Ooh! And there's Photon being the very punishing defender that you designed her to be.
No regrets.
Let's see if Fintech can close out this fight strong here. Oh, big
There
special
we go.
2. There we go. We see a little smirk from Fintech. I think he likes the way he's doing.
Oh, wait, can they hear us? No. All right, heading into round 2, we see Mysterio on defense.
Because that Domino was used on offense.
And that is not a particularly fun hype fight, but it definitely works.
And now we have Nova on defense.
And Spidey. Who,
Possibly.
Yeah.
Although, yep, there we go.
So reminder that Spidey ramps from any buff on the opponent, so in that small way, the nodes are going to help him out.
Absolutely. And it looks like Fintech is considering a nuke with Hulk.
Interesting.
Ooh. It looks like Fintech might be doing something a little sneaky here. This is something that we haven't seen too much in this competition, but it's very important to note that Mysterio is immune to poison.
And ability accuracy modification.
That as well.
Maybe setting up for round 3.
I think
Let's
that's a safe bet.
See how this Spidey fight comes out. And you do see double indestructible there. All of that extra power gain is actually working against you.
Absolutely.
Reminder that Nova, like Hyperion, extends buff duration, but Nova extends duration for all buffs. So you are going to be seeing a lot of indestructible from him today.
Absolutely. And as you can see, Nova, he's losing health at a
Using
relatively...
the striker to get around the falter there. Well done.
His health bar is going down. Spidey Supreme is doing a very nice amount of damage here. Nagase always been a very big fan of Spidey Supreme.
Right, and you see he is weaving in those heavy attacks to steal the Furies from
Absolutely,
Nova.
and that
there's
was
a
an
hit.
absolutely gorgeous Spider-Man Supreme fight against Nova from Nagase, and I think it's fair to assume that that is what Fintech expected to happen, since he is also quite a fan of Spider-Man Supreme.
Yep.
So what we're seeing here with Archangel versus Mysterio is simply a throw setting up for round 3.
Can we get some dance music up for the end of this match?
Oh, I'm sure we could. There are those heavy attacks. Up 2 in a row. All right.
Well held on. So heading into round 3, let's see why that Hulk was kept in reserve.
Well, it looks like because he's on defense. And there's an Atuma on the other side. Or maybe not. Ooh!
Surprise.
Titania! So now Mojo is almost effectively, I don't want to say useless here, but not going to be ideal.
Right.
Since Titania is completely buff immune, but keep up. Okay, there we go. We're seeing Mojo on offense anyway. So,
if you can ramp, you still have the special 2s.
One thing to keep in mind here is that the defensive threat of the power gain buff and the indestructible buff are now gone. So the defensive threat to watch out for are the haymakers, and that's kind of it.
Right. If you can trust your defender here, this is just a stay alive, do damage in a relatively vanilla fight with class disadvantage.
Absolutely, and here we have Hulk, where if you get hit by that special one, you are not going to have a good time if he is in Gamma.
Right. And reminder that if Hyperion ramps too far and hits too hard, Hulk actually ramps more quickly.
Absolutely, yes he does. And it looks like Mojo is down with Fintech taking his time ramping him up to those 5 prompts to get that Fury.
We see Nagase choosing not to throw specials, relying on Hyperion just being a brawler and kind of bypassing the node.
Also, we'll watch this. I believe once he enters into Gamma Rage, if he ever does...
Hulk is being tricky.
Oh!
I wonder if the Pacify Mastery is at play here.
It's very possible. He just doesn't want to go Gamma today. He's not in the mood. He had a long night. There we go. Now, I was expecting to see a special 3 from Hyperion once he entered into Gamma, and it looks like down on the other side of the field, Mojo is fully ramped, that Fury is there, and Titania is down to under 20% health.
You are still seeing the degens whenever those come online. Managing the prompts well.
And here comes a special 2 from Mojo. Watch the bottom of the screen.
That's the degen.
And Titania faints with another near full yellow bar from Fintech.
Yeah. Very well done from Nagase there, holding on to the specials, getting around the node. But Hulk didn't go angry quite as expected.
Absolutely incredibly played.
Mana Nagase, buddy, thank you so much. Make some noise for Mana Nagase here, everybody. And Fintech, another win. Congratulations. Let's hear it for our man here. Let's keep this really simple. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling great and confident for the last one.
Ooh, good and confident for the next one. I love to hear that. Now, we saw something here. Did you maybe throw around? Was that a move that maybe caused any concern or worry going into that last match, or were you confident with that selection the entire way?
No, the throw was intentional for sure. Mysterio is poison immune. You can't use Arcane Cell there.
I knew, like, you weren't explaining it to me, but it's good for anyone out there who did not know. But definitely not me, because I definitely knew. Last question before we let you go rest up before the final match here. Will you be willing to coach me?
Sure.
Thank you. Awesome. All right, make some noise for Fintech. We'll see you in the finals later today. All right. Now, before we move into our second and final semifinal match, second and final semi-final. Yeah, that made sense. Great. We want to show you guys all something. Again, those of you who joined us at our headquarters yesterday saw a little sneak peek. But those of you watching online will be seeing this for the first time, and I'm very excited to showcase some new endgame, highly difficult content similar to Abyss. And this time around, it is called Necropolis. We've got a quick preview video for you. We hope you are excited for it. Take it away, Karate Mike and Necropolis.
Summoner, something evil has just been uncovered. A graveyard of the Collector's failed experiments that have been imbued with enhanced abilities and durability. Now, Summoner, don't take this task lightly. These experiments are infused with trap nodes, and once you activate their trap, the node will follow you throughout the rest of your path. And not only that, these champions will start each fight with a number of vengeance charges, equal to the attacker's challenge rating, falling by 1 each second. And once this reaches half its starting value, the attacker will be rooted each time the defender uses a special attack. But each time a striker is activated, the defender gains 6 more vengeance charges. So equip those relics and prepare for battle. Of course, you will not be leaving empty-handed for your efforts. Upon completion of your first path, amongst other things, you will be rewarded with a rank up gem crystal to take your first 7-star champion to rank 3. And fully exploring this quest will grant you a generic 2 to 3 rank up gem as well. But that's not all. There are also whispers that an exclusive champion is lurking in these halls, waiting to be claimed. Now Summoner, don't stress, for the walls of the Battlerealm will keep these foes contained. This is a monumental aspirational journey, and we'll be waiting for you until you're ready. But be prepared. At the end of these 6 paths, you may come up against a familiar foe. But don't get too cocky. There's something different about this one. Enter the Necropolis at your own risk.
Wow, what a first match we just had. Now, I have a question for you, DLL, right away. Before the show, we were having a little conversation, and you said to me, the Sigs into Mojo, I'm not sure about that play. How you feeling now?
I'll take that back a little bit.
Of course.
I will say, Mojo did win those pretty decisively.
Oh, absolutely. And especially against Titania, who doesn't have any buffs. Now, of course, in general, Mojo normally will not need a very high SIG in order to do a lot of damage, especially in Battlegrounds once it gets ramped. But in the very unique situation of using Mojo against a buff immune champion, that Fury really came into play.
Absolutely.
So very impressive of FinTech to realize I have this Mojo at SIG 200. He's going to put on a show even without all of these buffs expiring.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was an incredible round. I loved seeing the Mojo prove decisive in both matches.
Absolutely.
Long been one of my favorite underrated champions on offense.
Totally fantastic.
So cool to see him here.
Champion and very, very underrated on offense. And of course, he's ruined everybody's day on defense. Raise your hand in the audience if you've died to Mojo. I see somebody not raising your hand. You're a dirty liar. All right, up next we have Pepe versus Trappy. Two fantastic competitors. I am so excited to see what happens in these matchups.
Absolutely. There are some very interesting rank up choices and just roster choices in these decks that I am hoping we see good use of. I saw some hoods, some long shots.
Oh yeah, I was talking to Trappy before the show and he told me he's very excited to use this rank 5 hood. In fact, Trappy does have a smaller roster than the other competitors in this tournament. And one thing he was saying is that since I can't rank up all these champions in the live server, I have been using this rank 5 hood on this beta server and it's making me want to rank 5 him on the live server. And I think that is so cool.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's... In Battlegrounds, there are a lot of characters, Hood being one, Torch another, that people often have punching up a rank or even 2 ranks at times. And I think one of the really cool things about this tournament, we saw it yesterday with Corvus and Massacre as well, is seeing those characters really at their full potential.
Absolutely. So all these Archangels that we see, these Human Torches that we see are at rank 5. Champions that players often at the top usually leave 1 rank below because punching up at those absolutely incredibly strong champions is usually okay. Especially Human Torch versus a Mystic, it's usually going to go well. But here, a rank 5 Torch versus a rank 5 Mystic, that is going to be doing a lot of damage.
Another thing that I think we're seeing is that there are some underrated SIG abilities coming in.
Absolutely, and I'm sure we're going to see that coming up in Pepe versus Trappy. Let's take a look.
Okay! I'll be honest, I don't think we're ready yet. You're ready. Pepe? Let's give Pepe some time. All right. Hey, I'm Jax. It's great to have you here. We're getting ready for the second semifinal round. I got to be honest, I'm learning a lot, but there's also a lot that we're like might be going over my head. So anyone watching at home that's like a newer summoner, invest in the education here. We've got wonderful casters that have been doing a fantastic job of appealing to everybody who's experienced and maybe not. Let's give it up for our casters, please. I'll be honest, I use all of our content creators' resources, so there's a wealth of knowledge out there. Please just invest. Go find the time, the space, the energy. There are so many champions in this game. Who feels really confident that if they had any champion, they would understand the play style, they would get every single thing? Nobody. hold on. Oh, well, yeah, okay. MSD in the audience, and maybe... I think I saw 3 hands. There's so much here, and I think that's one of the most fantastic things about our game is all of the community coming together. We just had 8.3, and I think we'll see it again with Necropolis, that everyone comes together to really push each other, to help share that knowledge and that education. I'm very, very honored to be a part of this community, and thank you all for welcoming me when I came in a year and a half ago. Pepe, how's it going? You don't remember the last one? Do you want me to pick one for you? The answer is no. You should not let me. Are you good now? Okay, let me do your intro. Can I do your intro real quick? Okay, cool, thanks. All right, everybody. On my right, your left, please welcome Pepe! And our dark horse from across the pond, please make some noise for Trappy! All right, good luck to both of you competitors, and we will throw things back to our commentary booth with DLL and Karate Mike. Take it away, gang.
All right, I am very excited to see this matchup. I have a feeling we're going to see some very fantastic fights from this one.
Absolutely. I saw a Diablo in one of those decks.
Ooh, that's a very solid pick, especially with that Nullify pre-fight.
Right. And remember that his special 2 damage scales with every buff that's activated. Is just going to keep going.
Absolutely. So the more power Diablo gains, the more buffs the defender will gain. Of course, we might see some cosmics on defense naturally, but if he builds up to that special 3, that is going to be doing a lot of damage, especially from a rank 5 Diablo, presumably with 5 out of 5 Mystic Dispersion.
I would assume so. And after the special 3, if the fight's not over, you're going to see Mystic Dispersion just let you chain special.
All right, let's take a look at that draft. It looks like we have a Torch, a Black Cat, and a Valkyrie band from Trappy's side, while Pepe has that rank 5 Hood band, unfortunately for Trappy, Overseer, and Mangog.
That was a 7-star Black Cat that got banned, for the record.
Now we're seeing
a rank 2 Overseer.
We have a Null pick here, Null and Nick Fury. Now Null could be a very sneaky defender here, especially with that extra power gain.
Absolutely. It's going to be harder to play around him normally.
But there is a Punisher 2099 on attack from Trappy.
That's going to be interesting. So often you don't want to throw your heavy attack too much offensively with Punisher.
Because you use up that battery charge to stun the opponents.
You can maybe get around it with just the special 1, though.
However, yeah, exactly,
cool.
If you do use the special 1, you'll actually gain battery, while the defender won't be gaining too much power, because especially, I do happen to know, because I did happen to ask, Trappy is running 5 out of 5 Collar Tech.
Ooh, beautiful. We do see a Dr. Doom there. Might see some offensive use of him today as well. He's quite good for this node set.
Absolutely, because of Sig ability, he can steal that power gain buff.
And Stagger the Indestructible. Here we see a very large Kindred and an even larger Juggernaut. And there's America Chavez.
And there's another America Chavez. Let's see if she gets a double pick.
Interesting, one of them is the 6-star versus the 7-star, probably electing to feed into the Sig while putting those resources elsewhere.
Oh, we had a
2
double
rerolls.
reroll, and that was a quick pick of Atuma and Tigra. It looks like Trappy knew exactly what he wanted from that, and now we're seeing some interesting defenders up top. We have Mordo, Killmonger, Mojo, and 2 very powerful attackers in Kate Bishop and Archangel.
Absolutely. A reminder that Killmonger, of course, is not going to be quite the menace he was yesterday.
Absolutely.
But if you control the node, you falter the defender, meaning that Killmonger is going to gain a debuff and gain power.
Absolutely. On top of the power... Oh, it looks like we actually have a reroll for Longshot and Terrax.
Love seeing that long shot.
And
a quick
Mephisto might be coming out to play. All right, that is, keep in mind, this is a rank 5 Sig 200 Mephisto. So, that burst damage from the Incinerate aura, it's going to be doing some juicy damage. And there is that Terrax on defense right away with that Mephisto.
Very cool. Several decent answers, no
Yes.
clear, strong ones.
I was expecting to see Spider-Man come out to play, and I actually was expecting to see Titania come up against Terrax as well. These are going to be two very interesting matchups.
Absolutely.
Titania, of course, has the haymaker. She can kind of ignore. So there we go, building defensive combat power rate by getting hit while indestructible. Now, one thing to note here is that once this rock field goes away, she will have those armor breaks to be healing from willpower. And now Terrax is faltered. It looks like Trappy took advantage of that very, very nicely.
Watch Stark Spidey down below, got all the way to 9 poise before imprisonment fell off, meaning you don't have to worry about Mystic Dispersion.
Very, very, very nice.
Got tagged there, but look at the damage from those light attacks.
But we're seeing a special 3 from Titania. Big damage, gonna go in for the heavy attacks. Oh, and that is just absolutely insane. Showing why Titania is one of the best science champions in the game against Terrax. Finishing around 90% health in 44 seconds. Unbelievably impressive showing. And let's not dismiss the fantastic showing down here from Pepe. Spider-Man still at 90% health against this rank 5 Mephisto, countering the node very, very nicely.
Beautiful use of the striker.
Fantastic fights.
Note that the striker there avoided the incinerate damage, but still got the benefit of the poise.
Absolutely.
Beautifully done.
Fantastic fights from both competitors. Titania just happened to do it faster. And there is that Photon on defense with the null.
Very interesting.
Offensive null. I'm very excited to see that is a 6-star null, so it is SIG 200.
Right.
And here we have America Chavez versus Atuma. Actually, a very solid matchup because of her special 2 regen.
Right.
But one thing to keep in mind, this is a big 7-star Atuma, so that Thorns is going to be up there.
Yep, you see it immediately there on that first heavy. She is going to have to throw more heavies than normal, which is probably more chances at Thorns than you would like.
Absolutely, and getting to that special 2 regen is not going to be as easy because of the 5-second indestructible,
but
and the special
also,
ones are doing a lot of Thorns.
Look at the fact that the power gain is getting reversed here.
Absolutely.
So as soon, yes, that's exactly what I was hoping for. The special 2 was launched before the indestructible went away,
but
so that you don't go red, but so that most of the damage is done.
Very
Beautifully
nicely
played by Pepe. We see Null starting to ramp up, taking a little bit of damage, but reminder that he can heal. Oh, that animation hurt.
And another thing we just saw from Pepe is that he threw the special 2 without going for a heavy attack because the last dimension that he activated was going to give him the regeneration. Very nice awareness from Pepe down there. And Photon doing Photon things, knocking out Null. Here we have America Chavez trying to finish off Atuma, but like we've said, this is a very large Atuma who is a very daunting defender.
Yeah, you see the extra attack from the hydration making the Thorns worse, even if you are otherwise doing well.
Absolutely. We have 20 seconds left. It's looking like Pepe is just looking to finish off the fight clean here with a special 1 with the special 2 with the extra damage, and that was a very nice fight there. See the concentration on both of these players' faces. As Longshot goes on defense.
That was a pretty quick pick as well. There's Sasquatch.
That Sasquatch. Now, we did see a Juggernaut versus Sasquatch yesterday, but here comes the 5 out of 5 Collar Tech Punisher 2099. Now, keep in mind, this is a rank 5 Punisher, so the damage is going to be up there.
Absolutely. The other thing to note is that if you don't have to bait specials, it is easier to parry more with Punisher. And so you are going to actually be able to keep your uptime on the combat power rate reduction.
Absolutely. And here we're seeing some nice damage from Punisher here. And a nice special chase from Trappy. The Sasquatch is already losing a lot of his health.
I want to point out that Pepe did throw a light attack there in the middle of Sasquatch's special to make sure that he landed that heavy. And that let him close it out. Beautifully done.
That striker may have just saved Pepe there at the end. And up top, we're seeing Punisher 2099 handle this long shot very well. This special one should kill. However, it did not happen as fast as Juggernaut, so it's looking like Pepe takes match number 1.
Very close, though, there. I think there are definitely some people in the audience who are surprised by a 49,000 score from Punisher 2099.
Absolutely.
All right.
Well, that was a very, very interesting round 1. We saw Punisher 2099 on offense. We saw a repeat of Juggernaut versus Sasquatch like we saw yesterday. What did you think of that one?
Juggernaut's just insane.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good sometimes. So that was a very interesting match. One thing to note is that Trappy used the special 2 of Punisher 2099 into the Indestructible because he just wanted to get the armor break to do some extra damage and then go to town attacking.
It is a very large armor break.
Yes, it is. All right, we're going to jump into match number 2. Let's see what happens. It looks like Terrax is getting a ban now, which is quite interesting because Trappy handled Terrax extremely well.
Indeed. Like we said earlier, probably just some consequences to the draft and the strategy that he was not a fan of.
Right. And now we're seeing, oh, it's looking like he saw that Juggernaut on the other side and said, I want to try that. I want to get in on that. And there's that Sasquatch.
Yet another photon.
And another Sasquatch. Now, one thing to note, I do see a Quicksilver on the board. Quicksilver going to be very fantastic for this node set, going to counter almost everything. The power gain, the miss. The only thing to look out for is the Indestructible on the Special 2 activation if played properly.
Right. But in a generally slower node set, Quicksilver's utility really has a chance to shine.
Oh, absolutely. And there's that Titania again, put on an absolute show last time. And Spark again as well.
That is a very large sunspot there.
Yes, it is. I was talking to Pepe yesterday, and one thing he told me was that he's really enjoyed playing with that sunspot because he doesn't have the rank 2 on the live server.
Oh, that's nice. The high rarity Gambit relic actually doesn't help his specials, I don't think.
I believe they're energy based, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yes.
But it is still a sunspot.
It is. One thing to note, though, you have to be a little bit careful with that special 2 launching since you have to wait for the Indestructible.
Right. You can't just charge it out of a heavy the way you might normally like to. And there's the Black Cat that was banned.
Ooh, all right. Very interesting. I'd love to see some Black Cat action. And there goes Sasquatch on defense from Trappy. Will we see a defensive mirror match? And it looks like we will. We have Sassy on both sides, and Trappy saw that Juggernaut fight and said, you know what? I can do that too. And we have Diablo, one of my favorite personal counters to Sasquatch. That poison is going to turn off the healing in the final 30%.
Definitely a slower take on it, though. So
Absolutely.
let's see how this plays out.
As we just saw, If played properly, and if Sasquatch cooperates, Juggernaut could end this fight rather quickly.
Reminder that the staggers from Juggernaut's heavy are going to allow him to gain power quickly, but do we get to another here?
Up! Wait! Oh, and there is the special 3 from Sasquatch up top.
It was a beautiful chain.
Very, very, very close there, but that special 3 is not hitting too hard.
Let's see if Juggernaut can make the ground back, because Diablo still has some health to chunk through.
Yes, he does. And now one thing to note is that against Diablo, Sasquatch is now in the Wrath of Tamarai.
Right. You see the falter on Juggernaut cost him the gem, and therefore the ramp up of all of his unstoppables. We were talking about that before the match, how that might come up today.
And it's looking like Trappy's about to finish off this fight here when he gets to the special 2. However, gotta keep in mind the indestructible. Oh, and it got nullified.
And it got nullified.
So, the Juggernaut fight has now ended. Faster than the Diablo fight. However, Diablo looks significantly more healthy. Let's see what happens.
Very good striker use.
And Diablo does take it because of that extra health. A very, very, very close match. 2 fantastic fights. And now there is that Killmonger. And a Photon.
But Black Cat is no longer banned.
Will we see that Black Cat? Yes, we will. And we have a CGR against Killmonger. This time, he won't be purifying that armor break. We have parry heavy into a medium light combo, right into medium light medium special 2 for the standard CGR rotation, going for a big special 2. Baiting out the special 2 from Killmonger, and he blocked the first hit, so he did not dex, so he can repeat that, going for the striker here into a heavy attack for the aptitude. Again, parrying the special 2, wonderfully done, into a medium ending combo, and a special 2 for the damnation to get rid of the indestructible. What will the special 2 do? Down to 28% health, 7 armor breaks, and both buffs on CGR, going for a medium ending combo, and one more combo is finishing the fight. That was perfect from Trappy. Could not possibly have been played better. Exceptionally impressive.
We need to point out that down below, Pepe did run straight to the special 2 for Black Cat and was able to keep Photon from doing anything dangerous.
Absolutely, and while it was slower, we saw another perfect fight from Pepe. 2 absolutely incredible fights. If you like Black Cat, if you like CGR, study these fights. They were perfect.
A lot of people think that you have to do the whole heavy counter thing with Black Cat to get ahead,
not at all.
We just saw a beautiful illustration of the contrary there.
And now we have 2 very interesting matches here. We have Sunspot versus Quicksilver and Stark Spidey versus Photon. 2 fights that I wouldn't be super duper thrilled about doing.
Right. You see how both of them are going to get through it, but it's going to be tricky.
Now, one thing to note here is that this is a 7-star Sunspot versus a 6-star Quicksilver, and a 6-star Spidey versus a 7-star Photon. But it looks like Spidey's not having too much trouble with the damage. Now we're seeing Pepe ramp up here with Sunspot. We have some of those Whiplash expiring. He will have to parry to remove them. And there is some damage from the Whiplash, but he's also healing from willpower from the slow debuff.
Sparky got tagged.
Ooh. And we're about to
Waiting
see
out the
a
indestructible.
special 2 from Sunspot here once the indestructible is gone, and that is going to be it. A fantastic fight from Pepe once more, and not to take away from the fantastic fight from Trappy as well. Just lost some health to Photon.
Beautifully, beautifully played by both competitors.
Absolutely incredible. Beautiful fights.
Great work, Trappy. Thank you so much for being here, buddy. We appreciate it. Give it up for Trappy, everybody. Thank you very much. And Pepe, make some noise. Absolutely. Congratulations. You are now headed to the final. At any point in time, did your confidence drop? I know you were on the ropes there for a moment.
Not really. After doing that, the first match with Juggernaut, yeah, that I was really confident, man.
I'm learning so much from watching you guys. Is there anything that you want to say to any of your community watching at home? I know that you have your own kind of following through your Twitch and things like that. Anything you want to say?
Yeah, that especially to my Latino community, that thank you so much, that I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them.
I love that. Beautiful. Thank you so much. We will see you in the finals in just a moment here. Thank you. Give it up for Pepe one more time. Awesome, awesome, awesome. We are going to move right along here. Please give it up for Karate Mike and Daddy Longlegs as we have concluded our time with them. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are going to go to a 15-minute intermission, something we definitely should have done yesterday as well. Everyone can go to a bio break. We can hop outside. Those of you in the studio, in this space here, we have the food trucks out there. Grab yourself a bite. We will be back in 15 minutes. Those of you watching on the live stream, when we return, we will be revealing a new game mode and everything that you need to know. We will see everyone in 15. Thank you. All right, welcome back, Summoners. How's everybody feeling? That is awesome. Thank you again to everybody watching at home and to every single one of you that came from far, far away lands to be here with us. Please give it up for yourselves one time. Yeah, you! It's always interesting to hear how the applause gets louder when you're cheering for yourself. All right. Now, again, most of the people in this room have seen this, and I know the hype level for it is incredibly high. We are going to show everybody at home a video for your first time. This is a new game mode coming to the contest early next year. It is worth noting that the video will tell you it will be coming in December. This is an early preview, and timelines change. Welcome to game development. And we will keep you guys updated on a more concrete timeline as it develops, but please get very excited for your first look at Alliance Raids.
What is going on, Summoners? Today, we're giving you a first look at our newest game mode, Alliance Raids. Like Alliance War and Alliance Quest, Raids are all about coming together with your battle group to conquer the map before you. The first step is to decide your teams. There are 3 lanes of bosses, so naturally, your battle group will split into 3 groups of 3, with 1 summoner in reserve. Now, each team of 3 will need a player of each role: Vanguard, Assault, and Tactician. On the champion select screen, you'll be able to filter your champions by role. Champs that aren't in a role won't be able to complete role missions or deal any damage, so make sure you bring the right one for the job. Once you have your teams, roles, and champs decided, it's time to head into the map. You're gonna want to make sure you head to the matching choice node for your decided role. Each node has a matching icon and color with the role you picked. And at this node, you'll be selecting a boost. Take some time to read them, and pick whatever you think will help your champ unleash the most amount of damage. Alright, now that you're boosted and at the boss, you'll want to organize the order that you fight with your partners. This will only matter for the first few fights while you're ramping. Now, each boss will have their own set of requirements while fighting them, and each time you complete the required in-fight objectives, you'll gain Raid Fervor. Now keep in mind, you can increase the amount of fervor gained from the boost that you chose. And once you gain enough fervor in a fight, you'll complete the mission and gain 1 roll charge. These are your main resource to gain bonus damage for yourself and your teammates. And completing your missions in the fight will grant charges for roles other than your own. If you're Assault, you'll grant charges to Vanguard. Vanguard grants charges to Tactician, and Tactician grants charges to Assault. And when your fight ends, you'll consume 1 of your roll charges. Completing a mission also grants you 1 stack of roll force for each roll charge on the fight that isn't your own, up to 10 of each. And these are important because each stack of roll force gives the attacker increased damage on all attacks. But roll force will only work if roll charges for your role are active. So, make sure to complete your 7 missions each fight. That way, you build roll force faster and unleash some serious damage. Just make sure everyone has charges and that you're working together to build them evenly, and you should be good to go. From here, rinse and repeat this process for each boss, then come together to take down the final boss as a group. You'll be capped on how much of the boss's health you can take off in a single fight, but a number of free revives will be available in the store each week. And also, timeouts will 100% knock out any attacker. So, make sure to deal as much damage as you can. Raids will be active for the final week of each Alliance Quest rotation. That means, if you choose to participate in raids, you only have to complete 1 map over the course of the week instead of 4. So, which champions do you want to take to your first raid? Let us know in the comments below. And get ready, because raids are launching later this year. Until next time, we'll see you in the Battle Realm!
All right. right. Again, a new game mode coming to the contest early next year. We will have more details on that. Looking back, we also took a look at Necropolis prior to our second semifinal matchup. We will have more information about Necropolis at live streams on November 3rd and a launch day stream leading up to the availability of Necropolis on November 15th. Stay tuned for more information about that. We will also dive into rewards. I know people seem to be pretty stoked about those at different times, but hey, we'll get that information to you. Before we move along into our final matchups, I do want to do a couple of things. First, can we please give it up for our Marvel representatives who have been here for this whole event? Please make some noise. Thank you very much. I know you guys came a long way as well. You've been working all weekend. Everyone's here having a good time, and you're working. So sorry we did that to you. Also, in talking to them, they're mad at us because they're not able to play Spider-Man 2, and they're hanging out with us instead. But hey, not bad. Eh? Not bad for second place. Okay, and before we do dive into this final match, please give it up for each and every one of our 8 contestants who flew all the way out here. Some of them are flying for the first time. Yeah, make some noise for them. Fighting jet lag. Some of them are flying for the first time. The pressure is on being in front of a crowd, being across from their opponent. This is a completely different space, and it takes a lot of energy, courage, and just effort to be here. So thank you all. You guys were great. We said this a bunch of times. We could have pulled 8 people, and it was anyone's guess as to what 8 people we had here. They could have all been jerks. They could have made our job really difficult. They could have made this presentation terrible, but that's not at all what we got. We got 8 of the best. So again, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Is everybody ready to see your final matchup? In just a few minutes' time, we will be granting this beautiful belt to the world champion. It says that right here. I don't know how close we are. Oh, we're not. It says world champion right here. So I'm very excited to do that at some point soon. But without further ado, please make some noise for Dragon and J-Nick. Take us through into the final match in the commentary booth. Thank you, everybody.
Hey, everyone. After those semifinals, I could not be more excited for our finals.
Oh my goodness, we are finally here. The end of the line, the top of the mountain.
The top of the mountain with the best of the best, especially after the showcase that we saw earlier today and yesterday. Both competitors fought tremendously hard to be here, and they earned their spots, and I'm excited to see them face off.
Absolutely. Just some things to know. This grand finals is going to be a best of 5. The previous rounds were best 2 out of 3. However, we are giving both our finalists a little bit more time to maybe make adjustments in between matches. Hopefully everybody enjoys the show. Why don't you bring us through what's on the line here?
All right, so for those of you who don't know or didn't see yesterday, the winner of the tournament today is going to earn the first ever Rank 3 champion. Generic chat. Come on, claps for a Rank 3, guys. There we go. There we go. Congrats to whoever that winner is. They're going to have the first and only in the entire contest, which is tremendous. They're also going to get 7 stars of Cheel, the latest and brand new champion coming to the contest in November.
Yep.
Super excited. If you got a chance to play her last night, isn't she awesome? Yes, yes, yes. She was fantastic. I had a lot of fun playing with her. She was super easy to use. I liked it.
As designed. I'm super pumped to hear that. Let's go into the matchup a little bit, hey?
Yeah, let's talk about this matchup, especially after what we saw earlier, because there was definitely some interesting matches that I enjoyed watching.
Yeah, so, I mean, these are the final 2 summoners left. This is the 1 seed versus the 3 seed. Fintech as the number 1, Pepe as the number 3. Fintech does have the advantage of being able to choose last in match 1.
Yep.
However, after that, the loser of the previous match then gets to choose.
Do you think we're going to go to 5 matches? I think we might.
I hope.
I hope so. That would be a nail biter, and I would love to see it for our first finals.
Absolutely. Some quick things about their decks. Really interesting. Out of the 10 available 7-star rank 2s, each player only shares 2.
I know. There's a lot of variety between both decks. Clearly champions that the players are comfortable with and think they're going to do very successfully in this meta. There are a lot of defensive champs, but there's a couple offensive ones that snuck in there as well.
A couple offensive ones for sure, especially a lot of 2-way champs. I mean, we saw the power of Juggernaut the last round. Holy
Juggernaut
cow.
wrecking everything and anything. And we also saw America Chavez, who is one of my personal favorites, and I want to see her come back out again.
And lines up with this meta perfectly.
Hey, guys.
Hi, Jax.
I just want to say that I think you guys have been doing a fantastic job back here. I'm just here to be your hype crew. Shout out to DLL and Karate Mike as well. You guys have all been fantastic. So let's give it up for our casters, please. There were conversations about having. They're like, Jackson, you host stuff. Go get. And I was like, no. If you want me to make commentary on how the hats look on stage, that's my bread and butter. But you guys did fantastic and continue to. And I'm really excited to see what you guys have to say about these last matchups.
Are you excited to watch them though? That's the important question.
Oh my goodness, I've never been more excited for anything in my life.
Fantastic. Should we go? Should we get to it then?
I'll leave it in your capable hands. I didn't mean to interrupt your flow.
You're welcome to interrupt. It's always fun.
Anytime.
Cool. So, if you got more to say, that's great. You guys have notes. You guys have no idea how prepared these people are. So, just keep it
Thank
up.
him. He wrote all the notes.
Bye.
Bye. Not expected. Thought it was possible. Was not expecting it.
Glad it happened, though. Glad it happened.
Very much so. They also got additional 6 stones to spend on champions, as Karate Mike and DLL mentioned earlier. Any that stand out to you as interesting? I know there's one in particular that stood out to me.
So on Pepe's side, we saw him kind of take the more traditional route and split 500 of his stones kind of evenly through 5 characters and through his 5 rank 2s. On Fintech's side, yesterday we had mentioned that he chose to split 106 stones in between Crossbones and Venom.
Yep.
Venom, I think, one of his MVPs from day one, and we saw his
Without a
opponents
doubt.
respect it today by banning him. But he actually took Venom to Sig 200, and the unique one here, he took Ebony Maw to Sig 140, giving him 46 stones.
I saw that. So you know Ebony Maw better than I do. All I do is die to him. So what's the benefit of... Come on, everybody else has died to him at least once. You can laugh. It's fine. So what is the benefit of taking Ebony Maw's Sig up a little bit?
It's mostly just increasing a little bit of that degen damage, a little bit of defensive power.
All right. Well, I have to admit, I saw Pepe did take and put 6 stones into Danny Moonstar. So one of our first 7-star champions. I really want to see her come out again. She's just a phenomenal champion to watch be played. So want to see that show up again.
Agreed.
Any others that surprised you on Pepe's side?
He's one of the few that took Terrax to Sig 200. That's going to be a unique one between this matchup as well. On the other side, Fintech. He's got a Silk at Sig 200 as well. I'd be really curious to see if that comes into play.
I saw that. I also saw that for day 2, Fintech took up Shuri up to rank 2, which I did that 3 days ago whenever level up was. So love seeing that. Would love to see her come into play, especially with as much as we've seen Atuma.
Absolutely.
All right. So outside of that, going into this match, obviously they got a chance to watch each other play the semifinals. You think they've changed their strategy a little bit for tackling each other?
I think a little bit. It'd be hard to imagine either player not having a game plan going through, but the beauty of this being a best of 5 is a little bit more wiggle room for you to kind of make adjustments. You lose the first match, that's all good. You're not under pressure.
Yes.
You still have 2 more to give.
I think we're going to see some bans change up as we go through the matches. I'd be very surprised if we didn't. On the other hand, Fintech was very consistent with his bans over the past few matches, so maybe not.
Maybe he's been saving some tricks up his sleeve for the grand finals.
I would love to see tricks up his sleeve. All right. Now, with that, I think it is time to kick it over to the match. We ready for it? Are we ready for the finals, everybody?
Get loud, Vancouver!
All right. Take it away, Jax, with our finalists. He's like taking a running start. There we go.
Oh! Everybody ready for the final! All right, I'm so excited. Let's just get right into it. On my right, your left, please welcome to the stage your number 1 seed, Fintech! Moi moi. And on my left, your right, please put your hands together for Pepe! Hola. All right, everybody, one last time, please make some noise for these competitors. These are your Battlerealm Brawl finalists. All right, let's hand things back to the caster booth. It's in your capable hands. Good luck, everybody.
All right. D-Day for these 2 competitors who have come in and fought like crazy to get here. What do you think is going through their heads?
Probably a whirlwind. I mean, if I was up there, I'd be sweating profusely.
It'd be
My
panic
hands would
for
be
me.
super
Just sheer
clammy.
panic.
I can't imagine what the pressure's like right now.
But both of them have risen to the occasion. Every single match they've played here. So I am very excited. And it looks like we're about to go over to the draft. Let's see who they are bringing in and banning. All right, looking at bans. Looks like
Juggernaut
instant
respect.
Juggernaut, goodbye.
Torch as well. 2 nukes being banned on Fintech's end there. Banning
Not
them from
surprised.
Pepe.
Love seeing that. But the third ban I think is going to be interesting. See if it's a defender or another nuke.
Yep, so
Get rid
far
of them.
these are 2 nukes.
Yep. Still a lot of hefty defenders there, especially a 7-star rank 2. So we'll see if
6 seconds
Fintech.
left.
Ooh, and there goes
He's going
Titania.
the triple nuke.
And then on Pepe's side, the Venom
Respecting
is gone.
the Venom.
As well as Mangog and Mojo both being taken off the board.
So Pepe's drafting first here.
Yep.
Looks like we have 2 defenders. Diablo as an attacker, showing the power of Diablo against that Sasquatch in the semifinals.
There's the Diablo pick. Love that.
Spider Ham, chosen on Fintech's
Uh-oh,
side.
where's Cam? Someone cover Cam's eyes.
Really potent attacker, also a really annoying defender in the right matchup as well. Who will the
And
second pick be?
I believe Fintech took him to rank 2, so he's even
That
more
is
potent.
correct.
Ooh, and a Nick Fury pick. Ooh.
Really annoying delay defender, also a really potent attacker on either side.
Yep. He's going to cause some damage if he is put on attack, but as a defender, he could be a great staller. We've seen time matter.
Yep, Sunspot, incredibly potent attacker, and Black Cat.
Sunspot. Love that as a nuke. Now, haven't seen a lot of defenders come out yet, other than Spider-Ham, so I'm interested to see who the rest of the draft ends up being.
There's our first reroll there.
Oh.
Hey, first Shuri pick here potentially. We haven't seen her on attack or on defense.
Would love to see that, and she plays double duty. Worked well on both sides, especially in this meta.
Absolutely. There's Killmonger.
Ooh,
Ooh, flipping
switching
over
to
to Mephisto. Okay.
Love that, especially since he can pull double duty with that buff control on offense, but is lethal on defense without a counter.
So far, Pepe's got 3 attackers on his side. You have to imagine he's going to look for a few defenders here, possibly.
He does have that Atuma and Killmonger staring straight at him.
4 picks left for Pepe.
And as a reminder for everyone watching, if you weren't here yesterday, they do have more time to pick than would traditionally be available in a Battlegrounds match, so they can really think and strategize about what they're bringing into
As
their
we talked
matches.
about there, he went double defender, double skill defenders in Atuma and Killmonger. Fintech to respond here.
Love seeing that heavy skill team. Obviously, they're doing great in this particular meta. Would love to see that.
Fantastic. That's a very unique selection there.
I would love to see that, especially since he's going to. Ooh, we see a
Chooses the
reroll.
Ebony
oh,
Maw.
there's Maw.
That's a
There's
Sig 140 rank 2 Ebony Maw.
Ooh. I would not want to face Maw ever. I ban him regularly.
not.
That one's just nasty.
Will he go attacker? He's going
Ooh,
attacker.
there
and
is attacker with
Scorpion.
Scorpion. All right, looks like we've got Kindred and a couple of really good double duty champions between Doom, Hulkling, and Rintra.
Yep, we talked about Neutralize being potentially a really good weapon on offense here.
Mm-hmm. Is he going to pull a reroll? We'll have to see.
Kindred being one of the unique rank 2s between the two.
We will have to see.
8 seconds left.
Oh, looks like there was a reroll. We see Tigra and Photon.
Tigra and Photon, well played.
Very well played.
Last
Great
pick here.
choices.
This is the advantage of being the 1 seed. You do get your last pick with full information of your opponent's roster.
And you know that Tiger's going to come out on offense, and we're going to love seeing it.
Fintech does have 1 reroll. Hovering on Hulk.
There's that Hulk
Locks
pick.
in Hulk.
Very nice. This is going to be a battle of the offenses. I can't wait to see it. All right, looks like Pepe's going first, picking the defender.
Photon, Atuma, Killmonger.
Plenty of choices.
All really threatening
There's
defenders.
Atuma.
Fintech to respond with defense here.
Studying each opponent's roster very thoroughly. You don't want to miss a counter. It's going to cost you the match, potentially.
Mephisto potentially there, forcing an RPG respect. Going with Nick Fury, potentially. One of the more annoying delay defenders.
Perfect, especially when time has been so important in previous matches. Think we're going to see Sunspot come out?
Yeah. Ooh, potentially Diablo, the safer,
love
more control play.
Diablo.
And we're seeing Shuri, one of the better Atuma counters.
Yep.
Lots of access to shock.
Going to enjoy this
Non-contact
particular
basics.
match. I'm not good at it yet, but I'm getting better.
All right, here we go. First match of the grand finals.
All right, coming right out of the gate.
Fintech off to a pretty solid start there with 5, 6, 7 shocks. Almost getting to 10, firing off that special one.
Very nice. Exactly what you want to do against Atuma with Shuri. Oh, that power gain. Got to make sure you're
Incoming
controlling
guaranteed
it.
crits for Fintech here. Pepe,
Ooh,
a man
that-
after my own heart with some parry heavy play. Ooh, going with the special one.
Love seeing that. Perfect management of Nick Fury's specials. Well done by Fintech. Now we're seeing Pepe continue to play around Atuma, making sure to work around both the node and...
Ooh, gets punished there with the unstoppable. Recovers nicely, though.
Very nice recovery. It's easy to get back into the corner when that happens. Still seeing Diablo absolutely wreck Nick Fury, doing great management of those specials, healing up that damage he took earlier.
30% left, under 20% left on that Nick Fury. He is going to have to fight the real form.
Oop, working around that unstoppable on Atuma, waiting for it to drain down. There we go, it's
Nice.
gone.
Great
Very
hydration
nice job.
management there. Pepe has knocked Nick Fury into his real form. A little bit of a wait here. He will have
Just
30%.
running low the clock. Oh!
Gets punished by Nick Fury.
Oh!
Wow,
those
Nick
bleeds.
Fury.
Oh, those
What
bleeds.
a turn.
That is always a rough fight when Nick Fury just turns around on you. Now we're seeing Shuri finish off Atuma.
Take a
the
look
flight
at those
nice and steady.
concussion stacks, 68.
Ouch.
Shuri's still sitting fine though with non-contact basics.
That's exactly what you want to see with all those passive shocks on him. Just
18 hydration,
chunking him
ticking
down.
down.
There
Well
you
done
go.
by
Nice
FinTech.
job. Very, very well done.
Great composure shown on FinTech's side.
Very,
Honestly,
very well
by
done.
both players. Nick Fury turning that matchup around in a blink of an eye, hey?
It's so easy to get caught by those bleeds, and they will chunk you down very, very quickly.
FinTech shaking his head a little bit.
Yes, we're going to comment on what you guys are doing. All right, going into this next matchup, who do you think we're seeing on defense?
So FinTech choosing defender first here.
Would you go with Spider-Ham?
I mean, there are two pretty good skill attackers on the other side.
Ooh.
Choosing Hulk, I like
Hulk
that
on
pick as
defense.
well. Two really potent defenders on Pepe's side between Photon and Killmonger. It's worth noting there is no armor break on FinTech's side.
That is an important note. And there's the Killmonger pick.
He's gonna have to
going
fight
right
fair
along
here. Ebony Maw on offense.
Ooh, love that. Love seeing a Maw on offense every once in a while.
So who do you use here?
Black Cat?
Maybe leaning into class advantage.
I also think you could, if you wanted to, nuke him down with Sunspot. There's the Sunspot
That
pick.
makes sense. So the name of the game for Pepe, he's going to try and charge up to that special 2 and try and nuke that fight down.
Yep. Get rid of him nice and quick.
You don't see this often, but here's Ebony Maw on offense. Keep in mind that it's a rank 2 SIG 140.
Gonna see those D-gens doing absolute work on Killmonger, but gotta watch out for that reverb.
First set of D-gens already on Killmonger.
Getting that special one off on Sunspot. Perfect block coming in handy. Perfect dexes. Very well done.
Really good rhythm for Pepe there, baiting special ones.
Very nice job. Ooh, that miss.
Using the striker to
avoid-
pause time and take time off that falter debuff. Really good striker play by
Very
FinTech.
well done. Want to make sure you're avoiding that damage or someone that punish. Oh!
And that is unfortunate timing by Pepe. That falter came at the worst possible moment.
Yes, it did.
Really good play there by FinTech, lining up the special 2 perfectly with the falters. Look at that degen damage. He's pushed Killmonger just over 50%.
And now we see Pepe doing some solid baiting here. Trying
Really
to
good dodge out of that special 2. He
Very
can finish
nice
the
job.
fight. He just needs to wait out the indestructible. But he is looking
just
good.
a few separate seconds and
Good slow combo
Very
right there.
nice job.
Well done by Pepe. Closes
Very
it out
nice
with Sunspot.
now I think we're going to see some more D-Gen getting ready to take down Killmonger. Ooh, that D-Gen is just agonizing to watch, even when you're not getting hit by it. Now, we did see a little bit of damage taken on both sides, but time advantage might win here. So
Yeah, for sure. That Sunspot cleaned out that Hulk fight pretty quickly. This is still really clean Ebony Maw gameplay from FinTech,
love
though.
seeing those D-Gens.
Look at 7 D-gens just melting
Taking
Killmonger.
advantage of the miss. Very well done.
3 seconds to
And
go.
the striker
Nice
to
striker
finish it off.
intercept.
Very
Well
nice
played.
job. Very nice job.
Pepe evening up the match. We are headed to round 3 of game 1.
We are. All right, so what are you thinking about round 3? I think we're going to see that Atuma come out.
Yep. We also have a Mephisto potentially on FinTech's side to throw on defense.
All right, there's
for
Photon.
sure. Always an annoying defender.
Mephisto or Spider-Ham would be one of my choices.
Black Hat is a really nice matchup for Mephisto. There's lots of abilities to potentially fail there.
True.
Goes with Spider-Ham. Okay.
Spider-Ham with that heavy punish sometimes just catches you off guard. It's very, very easy to fall victim to it. All right, love that Scorpion against Photon.
So we have a potential class advantage fight there.
And then there is the fight active.
Scorpion versus Photon here. Ooh, gets the parry off first.
Very nice.
Photon's base kit. Once you parry her, she does phase.
But it looks like we're able to play around it without any issue whatsoever. Seeing Black Cat get some bleeds on Spider-Ham.
There's a taunt on Pepe's Black Cat there. Reduced attack rating for a little bit.
You got to be careful about those charges that Spider-Ham is building while you hold on to your specials. Obviously, Black Cat is building up to that special too. Ooh, nice play around the unblockable. Very well done. Very well done.
Photon has entered Pure Light form. You cannot dex those specials.
Oh, that special too. Who made Photon again?
Black Cat. Ooh, that is unfortunate.
Right
the Falter coming around at the worst possible moment once again.
Just showing how punishing Spider-Ham can be.
Both these defenders still have a healthy amount of health left. We are just about halfway through Photon closing out.
Catching catching Scorpion. And there's Spider-Ham doing Spider-Ham
Pepe
things.
still has some life to give here.
He does.
Just needs to wait out the indestructible.
Has a nice special too and wait out those power stings. And there's that special too. Intercept, very nice job.
Really clean intercept. Look at those bleeds starting to stack up.
Really starting to do damage. And into the striker.
Just
Looks
a
like it might
moment,
finish
matter
it
of time
off.
here.
Very
and melted
well done.
away.
Very well
Clean
done.
fight by Pepe there at the end.
Very
Able
good
to
job by
hang
Pepe.
on. And that's the first match going to Pepe's way. He has stolen the advantage.
He has indeed, and I'm excited to see it. All right, so going into this next match, what are you excited about?
I want to see if there's going to be a change in bans potentially, or if we're going to try and feel it out maybe. I'm really curious to see if Fintech's going to make an adjustment or if he's just going to recompose himself.
I was really excited to see Sunspot really just absolutely nuking down champs. He can counter so many just because he is a straight up nuke, which is really good to see. I want to make sure we're not going back to look at the bans. Sounds like we might need to. So if you were Fintech, would you be doing different bans?
Probably not. I think Fintech's shown his composure all throughout the tournament here.
We are seeing a Photon ban, though. So it looks like it is coming out. Still sticking with Jugs and Torch, though.
Getting rid of one of the more potent defenders. 2 nukes and a Photon.
Not really surprising. As much as I would love to see more Jugs play, also not surprising to see him continue to be on the ban list. Just like Sunspot, nuke against so many other champions. And sticking with the same set of bans for...
2 Mystics and the Venom.
Yep, for Pepe. Respecting that Venom. And there's Spider-Ham again.
Just like the first round. Sunspot, the trusty nuke on Pepe's side.
And it's Sasquatch and Tigra. All great choices across the board. There's that Tigra coming out.
Pepe going with 2 nukes right off the start. Ooh, Tigra in Fintech's hands.
Tigra in Fintech's hands. No champion
We
is
are
more lethal.
potentially in for a treat.
If you ever want to see how Tigra is played in the best possible Tigra play, you might be about to see it.
3 Mystics and 2 skills potentially.
I would love to see that Mordo pick, especially with all the power gain that's been going on in fights.
For sure. We've all seen a passive Mordo. Super punishing.
Ooh, is he Kate Bishop in a long shot choice? Very nice. Oh, there's that Domino coming out.
Domino, a really good 2-way champion here. We haven't seen Archangel too much here.
We have not. I would love to see America Chavez potentially come back out again. Ooh, a future Ant-Man pick.
Okay.
Very nice. Looks like Pepe maybe needs to grab a defender or 2. He definitely has that in Atuma and Sasquatch.
Both at rank 2.
And potentially at Rintra.
We've also seen him do really, really cool things with that Black Cat, going with double skill once again.
Clearly very comfortable with that Black Cat. Showed off just how good he was with her earlier.
Looks like Absorbing Man.
Yeah, Absorbing Man is the first pick. Second, maybe considering that Mephisto.
He also has that reroll.
Ah, he does have a reroll.
We're going with double Mystics. Okay, so final pick here for Pepe.
Ooh, that's a reroll sound, so it looks like he might be picking something other than what he sees here. Is that in a couple seconds?
We are in for a surprise here.
Ooh, looks like
Archangel, there we go.
Coming out, potentially a Domino counter.
The OG Parry Heavy King.
All right, so who we're going to see on defense from
defense
Fintech?
here,
Oh, there's
Domino.
that Domino. And on Pepe's side?
Not a ton of defenders, really.
Long shot.
hey, that special 2, that can creep up on you for sure. Spider-Ham, I like that pick. That's a nice matchup.
I do love that matchup.
Domino, always annoying. Do you choose Archangel? Yes, that
I was going to
makes a
say,
lot of sense.
I would definitely take in the Archangel.
All right, this could be super, super fast if Archangel gets off to a really good start.
We're going to see. It's all going to depend on a little bit of RNG. All right, jumping right into things. We see Archangel getting off a couple of those heavies, taking the parry hits. Ooh, we see Spider-Ham absolutely dominating Longshot, getting in some really nice hard damage. Baiting out those SP1s. Doing a great job getting that taunt on Longshot to reduce his damage.
Wow, look at that Spider-Ham fight go. 3 neurotoxins here.
I was going to say, now we're going to start seeing the damage come down on Domino. Well done.
So that is full ability accuracy down there with 3 neurotoxins, assuming the Archangel
We got 7
is
power
indeed
stings
at
on Longshot,
6,200.
trying to bait it out. There, and there goes Longshot. Well done. Using those Spider-Ham power stings.
Play.
Very clean, very clean.
Really good Spider-Ham play by Fintech there.
Very well done. Oh, taking advantage of the falter with that Archangel, getting some heavies off. Well done. Oh, not getting the neurotoxin from the special attack.
Keep in mind, Archangel is unlucky and Domino is lucky right now. Super dangerous here. Gets 2 neurotoxins in.
There we go. Now we're
And
going
we
to see
have
her
5.
melt
Now
down.
things are going to be melting here. Nice space
Very
closing there.
nice. Very nice job.
And it's just a matter of time. This Domino should be melted away, but it looks like the Spider-Ham
Very
on
nice job.
Fintech's side stealing
Very good job.
the fight.
Love seeing Spider-Ham on offense, too. As much of a defender as he is, he's always great on offense.
Right. So something I want to bring up, I've been told that for the first match, the gameplay on the screen were a little bit swapped, but we have fixed that now, just in case you were confused watching the live stream.
Awesome. All right, so I have loved the matches we've seen so far. We've seen some offensive play we might not have expected, some defensive play we might not have expected. It's been exactly what we expected from the finals.
Yeah, and we're still not even close to declaring a winner yet.
It's going to be interesting to see, and it looks like we're going to be heading right back to the draft as we go into the next round. You guys excited so far? Everybody enjoying the show? All right.
Here we go,
Glad
fight
to hear
number
it.
2.
All right, on to fight number 2.
Looks like Black Cat against Sasquatch.
And we have
Atuma
a-
on defense here.
Oh, and there's the Absorbing
Okay.
Man. This is going to be a fun set of fights. We're going to
So
see.
one with really annoying Thorns damage and then a tanky Sasquatch. It's worth noting that this Sasquatch is not a 7-star. This is a 6-star, rank 5.
Ah,
so a little
okay.
bit of a smaller health pool than we've seen for most of these competitors here.
Both champs, though, very much able to do the damage necessary to get them down as long as, at least in Atuma's case, you're playing around those Thorns as much as you can.
So one of the advantages that Absorbing Man has in this meta is if he happens to trigger an indestructible buff on the Atuma, that's going to go away very, very, very quickly.
Looks like he's doing exactly that, managing that hydration best he can. Ooh, very nice unblockable hit. Looks like Black Cat is just waiting out that indestructible to pop off that special
Sasquatch
2.
has hit Wrath of Tanarak.
Ooh, gotta be careful.
Even though he's a 6-star, you can see how tanky that health pool is. The Falter is on Black
Oh!
Cat.
Getting a little bit of damage, but still managing the fight.
Fintech chipping down Atuma. Just past the halfway mark here with 16 concussions on Atuma. Nice.
Very nice
special
job
throw
taking
there.
advantage of that falter. Getting a little bit of healing back since he is losing health, obviously, to those Thorns.
Black Cat needs to ramp back up again, see if he can stack more bleeds, but it looks like this fight is definitely in Fintech's control with the Absorbing Man.
And we got that Unstoppable waiting for it to go away.
This is his fight
And there
to
it
lose
is.
here.
Managing
Look at
that
those bleeds.
very well. Oh,
Ooh, great
very
finish
nice.
by Fintech there. Pepe could make this close though.
I was gonna say, Pepe's
Those
gonna make
bleeds are
this
going to
close
add
with
up.
the bleeds.
This
There we
might be
go.
tight.
This is going to be close.
Black Cat stealing it
Oh.
with those bleeds at the end of the fight. Well played by Pepe.
Very,
what
very
a
well
fight.
played.
We are headed
Trumpet.
to number 3.
Yeah. Yep, heading to a third fight of match 2.
So Pepe is one fight away from being at championship point.
Yes.
My goodness.
Okay, so if you are going into this match, what are you thinking? We got future Ant-Man on defense, it looks like, for Fintech.
Potentially Kate Bishop here as a defender. I'm not sure Sunspot is where you want to be. Yeah, there we go. He locks in Kate Bishop.
Yep, makes sense.
Fintech's going to take in his trusty attacker in Tigra.
About to see that amazing.
We got a little bit of a Tigra mirror. Here we go.
Best of the best when it comes to Tiger play, so let's see how this
We are in
pans
for
out.
a treat here.
I am excited to see this.
So one thing to keep in mind, Future Ant-Man has a built-in ability. If his armor-ups fail due to ability accuracy, they just turn right into passives.
Ah, okay. Good to know. And it'll make him a little bit tankier as a defender. Kate Bishop, though, not without her own defensive punishes, so got to respect all of those, especially if you potentially get hit through
Great
block.
heavy punish by Fintech, using the striker
right
perfectly, getting
two.
to the special 2.
Very nice timing. Very well done.
But take a look at Future Ant-Man's power drain at a really inconvenient moment. Fintech
taking those
about to clean up that Kate Bishop with Tigra. Do not give this man a Tigra. He will clean up.
Oh, cleaning house against Kate Bishop. Well done for Fintech.
Clutching it up and tying the old.
And that's why you don't give Fintech a Tigra. Still looking great, though, with this fight against Future Ant-Man.
Incredibly clean fight still on Pepe's side here.
Ooh, getting off that attack, getting that unblockable, taking advantage.
We are just past the halfway point of this fight here.
Very well done. Very
really
clean.
nice heavy chaining against the wall.
I can't do that.
And we actually saw Stand Your Ground actually come into play there.
Ooh. Stand Your Ground, arguably one of the most frustrating masteries out there.
Super annoying, but thankfully Tigra does have a 3-hit heavy.
And very nice timing. Great heavy intercept. Very well done. Vital to good Tiger play.
Just chaining heavies all day long.
Ooh, there's
here.
that power drain again, taking advantage and stealing away that special 2.
Really good dodge there. Utilizing Tigra's miss ability.
Very nice.
Pepe has both senses up. Tigra
15
is
seconds
at
left
her
in the
most
fight.
lethal.
Great job evading that with her
Really nice
miss.
rhythm there.
Ooh.
Oh, then there's Stand Your Ground there, but the striker.
The striker
really nice
saving the
striker
rhythm.
play.
Oh, the striker saving the rhythm of that particular moment. And there's the timeout. Still a great fight. Excellent fight.
Really nice Tigra fights, but a Tiger in the hands of Fintech.
Nothing quite like it. And Fintech takes match 2.
All tied up at 1 apiece.
We are all tied up at 1 apiece. Exactly what we wanted out of our finals.
Now we're back down to a best of 3.
Yeah, I guess we are.
So if you're Pepe, do you ban Tigra?
I think you have to, just looking at that. He did an absolutely amazing job. Obviously, just an absolute clinic in Tigra usage.
For sure.
If you've ever used Tigra, that's probably the best person I've ever seen use Tigra.
Absolutely.
So do you ban him? I would say yes, but I'm not a tier 1 player. So what would you do? Would you ban Tigra?
Not to take away from Pepe's gameplay. I think that was just honestly a lesser efficient matchup on Tigra's side for
Agreed.
Pepe. However, I think a lot of tier 1 players, we really know that Fintech is lethal with a Tigra in his
He really is. Let's see what they're going to do for match 3, because I am excited to watch it.
So keep
All right,
close
so
eye on the
bans
bans here.
Mojo, Domino, and Venom.
Switching it up a little bit.
Love seeing that switch up. Love seeing that shift over. Especially love seeing Domino get banned, as much as I love her. I think she is a very smart ban. And it looks like we got Juggernaut, Photon, and Torch on the other side.
Pepe drafting first here.
Yep.
Shown he's really comfortable with Black Cat.
I think it's a great choice.
Adam Warlock, one of the unique 6-stars in Fintech's deck. Opts to go for that Future Ant-Man.
Would be a very interesting choice, especially with the power gain that both players are having to work around.
Yep, it's a good call. Stark Spider-Man. 2 nukes so far, kind of locked in for Pepe, and then a defender
there's
in
an Atuma. Very nice. Oop, another Adam Warlock chance.
Pretty healthy spread of champions to choose from here.
Haven't seen Man-Thing come out. I believe he is. Is he running 5 Mystic Dispersion? I think
You
so.
would have to assume so. That's one of the more annoying defensive
Ooh,
masteries.
and there's the Man-Thing. Where's Brian Grant? You happy, Brian? Yeah.
We've seen the value of Killmonger on defense. Fintech opted to choose him on his side. Very curious to see if Pepe matches here.
Would also love to see potentially a Thing pick with how much of a tank he can be. Ooh.
There we go, Diablo.
There is the Killmonger pick as well.
Mangog, a really nice pick for this meta here.
Yep. It's going to be absolutely lethal if he can get those SP2s off.
And a Dr. Doom.
And a Doom pick.
Potentially locking that in, not sure. There we
It
go,
looks like
locked
it.
in.
Ooh, there's Mr. Negative as a potential choice.
A lot of Mystics on Fintech's side. Mr. Negative might be where you want to be. Does he match the Doom pick?
Or does he bring in Rintra?
There's also a future Ant-Man. Maybe you want access to CGR. Try and nuke that fight down.
Very true.
Chooses the Mr. Negative.
There is the Mr. Negative. And Hulkling.
Fintech
All right.
does have the last pick here with
does.
full information of Pepe's roster.
Do you go Mephisto? Or do you...
I don't think you can go wrong here. I'd love to see some Mr. Fantastic
I was going to say, I
gameplay.
would love to see Mr. Fantastic come out as well. but Absorbing Man has also been
Really good two-way champion here.
Working really well for him, so I wouldn't be surprised
Looks like
to see
we've locked
that.
in Absorb Man.
Yep.
All right, here we go. One apiece. Pepe to choose defender first.
And as a reminder, everyone does have extended time to pick their defenders, and we see Atuma coming out.
Walking in Atuma. 4 Mystics to choose from here.
I don't think you can go wrong with any of them. Obviously, Killmonger has been an amazing defender across this entire tournament. Pretty sure we're going to see everyone rank 2ing their Killmongers over the next couple of months.
Yep. Out of the 6 champs that we can see in Fintech's roster, there only one of them is a pure attacker.
And there's the Mangog.
This is the rank 2 SIG 200 Mangog.
Going to be absolutely lethal on defense. You're going to have to play against him perfectly in order to avoid getting hit with those attacks.
Yes, Mr.
And
Negative.
there's the Mr. Negative. And another Absorbing Man versus Atuma fight.
Running back that matchup. I think Fintech's pretty comfortable there, but I'm excited to see Mr. Negative on offense here.
I am
really
too.
clean Mr.
Let's
Negative
see it.
fight is super smooth. Starting to lock in those buffs, getting some light energy.
Love seeing that. Obviously, you're going to have to manage this Mangog fight as well as possible just because he is such a threat, especially with those nodes.
Really
Ooh.
nice. Locks in 9 dark energy here.
Very nice job. And we're seeing Absorbing Man do really well against Atuma, managing those hydration charges, making sure to bait out the specials. Doing very well in chunking
Nice.
down
Absorb
damage.
Man has refined his rock form here.
Very nice job.
Ooh, a little bit of a late punish there, and he's punished for it. He's going to have to wait out the hydration a little bit. Does a good job there managing, bringing
Very
it back
nice
down
job.
from 20.
And getting the regeneration so he can gain some health
So you
back.
can see Pepe is loading up for a massive special 2 here. Let's see if he fires it off. He has to wait the indestructible. Really well timed.
Very well timed.
The falter is on Mangog. That is
Look at those degens
perfectly
just
done on
chunking him down.
Pepe's side.
Very well done. Very well managed.
Look at those degens, 21, and they are still ticking.
Taking him
So
straight
Pepe's
down.
going to have
Very
11%
nice job.
health left to deal with. Fintech is chipping away at Atuma, but he is also at low health.
Very
really
nice job
clean
with
Mr. Negative fight.
Very clean. Very clean.
Nice fight by Pepe. Fintech has a little bit to close out with 40 seconds left to go.
Seeing him work out of the corner.
The Thorns damage coming through. That's a good first fight there by
Very,
Pepe.
very good first fight.
Showing the strength of Mr. Negative in the right matchup.
Love seeing that. We don't often see Mr. Negative. We haven't seen Mr. Negative at all in the tournament so far, so seeing him come out was awesome.
Absolute treat.
Especially played at such a high level. Normally I
Agreed.
just forget to reverse control dodge against him.
Fully agreed.
All right, let's see who they're going with for the next round.
Pepe is 1 fight away from match point here.
All right, Killmonger on defense. Has been doing really well for all defenders or all players who have picked him.
It's worth noting that.
Ooh, the man
okay.
pick.
Pepe electing to lock in Killmonger. Ooh, the Archangel matchup. There's going to be lots of power game potentially.
There is going to be lots of power gain going on in that
Diablo,
fight.
I like that pick.
I do too.
He'll be immune to the poison. He also has access to potentially some of the pre-fight action there if he wants.
Yep, I'm betting that we're going to see some buff nullification. Diablo's going to be gaining tons of power if he gets a special 3 off.
So
Mangog's
this might
gonna
be a
melt
little
quick.
bit of a race here with Archangel.
It is going to be.
Name of the game is Stack Heavies. You need to see a few stacks of bleed here for Fintech. There we go.
He got a
See if
couple of
can
them.
lock in
Now
some
he's got a
poisons.
poison and he's got some neuros going.
He has to be careful about the power gain though, but with 2 neurotoxins, he might be okay.
We are already seeing Diablo chunk down man thing, get some regeneration going, running that full yellow bar. Ooh, very nice, heavy into special with
One thing
Archangel.
that Pepe needs to watch out for is Mystic Dispersion because those buffs are expiring very quickly and Man-Thing is gaining a ton of power.
Good management so far. Still maintaining that full yellow bar with Diablo.
Fintech with 3 neurotoxins on Killmonger, he is looking really good to close this fight out.
Looking very
Just
close.
needs to
Gonna
hang
get
on. 1 heavy should clean it up here.
Very nice heavy intercept. Well done.
So Mangog is, or Man-Thing is at a full red 3 bars of power. And throws that special 3. Unfortunately, couldn't get there. We're going to see the all too familiar Man-Thing special 3.
All too familiar, all too lethal. Very
really
nice special
play
two.
to convert all those buffs into poisons.
Very nice punish.
Still a clean fight by
Very
Pepe.
clean
Well
fight.
done.
Very clean fight. Well done.
Really nice Diablo gameplay. Once again, we are headed to a 3rd here.
Yes, we are. I'm excited to see it. So far, we have seen every single one go to a 3rd.
I'm just super thankful this is the best of 5.
Right. Me too. I think it's going to be a fantastic show no matter how many matches we end up playing, but seeing these two players go head-to-head, they're feeling it, I think.
One more fight to get match point here.
All right, we see that Hulkling coming out on defense.
A really nice pick there. Not a ton of great options on Fintech's side there.
Do you go with the Killmonger? You could go with Future Ant-Man. Oh.
Ooh, yeah, okay. Future Ant-Man. Solid defensive pick here. Wow, obstacle for Killmonger. Okay.
Yep, Black Cat coming in against Killmonger. And I think we're going to see Dr. Doom against Hulkling.
All right, here we go. Potentially some class advantage coming into play here.
Could see it on... Interestingly, Hulkling does have some counters to, obviously, this traditional Mystic Nullify, so we'll see how tanky of a defender he ends up being
Really
against
interesting.
Doom.
On the top, we have 2 7-stars going against each other and 2 6-stars going against each other on Fintech's side.
Oh, no!
Goes
That Killmonger
red.
power gain!
Killmonger does love debuffs on himself.
He does.
That is a punishing special 3, taking over 40% of Pepe's health there. Really nice falter transfer, though.
Very nice job. We're seeing a Doom Special 3. Probably the special we've all seen the most of out of almost any other champion.
You can kind of see how much of a slugfest this fight is. I don't think there's any RPG mechanics that you can really lean into on each side.
Nope. This is a knockdown, drag-out fight on both sides. Potentially even timeouts, considering we're already a minute into the match.
Yeah, now Fintech does have the advantage of having access to Mystic Dispersion. So as you see, as those buffs expire, he's going to have the option to cycle his specials. There you go. The Incinerates are starting to stick up here.
And take advantage of that falter against him, so that way he didn't have to worry about it.
It's also really important that Fintech's at a full yellow bar of health. Just taking a look at Pepe, just under 60%.
And all from that one Special 3. Ooh, very nice Special 2 from Black Cat, and Killmonger is down!
Really well done. So now Pepe's going to have to sweat it out for a little bit. Can Fintech close this fight out with enough help and enough time left on the clock to bypass what Pepe did with
We'll
his
have
Black
to
Cat?
see. Obviously, you're working around not only the Node's indestructible, but Hulkling's indestructible.
Really
Very
good
nice
striker play. He has access to the Special 3 here.
Very nice job. Very well done. And there's the Special 3.
Still waiting out. This special might take too much time off the clock. We'll have to see.
It is going to chunk down the clock quite a bit. It is one of the longer Special 3s out there.
If you ever fought Abyss Red Skull, you know the Special 3 quite well.
Yep. Far too well in some cases.
4 seconds.
And
there you go. There's the KO.
Very nice. Very nice.
And it looks like the full yellow bar coming through clutch for Fintech.
Very nice. Fintech takes match 3.
Fintech is on match point.
He is indeed.
Putting Pepe under the clock here, under pressure as we move into round 4.
I will say, this is what we've seen Fintech do over the course of this tournament. He might be a little bit shaky for that first match, but then he just comes back, takes a deep breath, and just absolutely goes through to wreck his opponent. So
Absolutely.
we'll have to see what
Fintech
happens in the next
downloads
match.
his opponent here. So if you're Pepe, Hail Mary strategy potentially, try and throw Fintech off his game, force a game 5.
I would consider it, just to see if you could change up exactly what's been going on, see if you can change up some of the matchups that have been happening, just force some change into what you've been seeing. Now, on the other hand, that might put him at risk for a defender he doesn't want to face, or someone on offense like Torch that he doesn't want to see.
Agreed.
So I think you could do a lot of different things. What would you do?
I guess we'll see. We're ready for the 4th draft here. Here
All
we
right.
go.
Match number 4, let's go.
Vancouver, get loud. Come on, Fintech is on match point here. Come on here.
All right, we're seeing the same bands from Fintech with
Looks
Photon
like
Jugs.
no
and
change
Torch.
of strategy. Very interesting. Spider-Ham, Fintech, we've seen very, very comfortable with Spider-Ham.
Hey, and he is a threat on both offense and defense. Obviously, we've seen him play both sides and win both sides.
Yep. So we want to see, does Pepe want to try and force Fintech's hand by choosing defenders, or does he want to lock in some attackers first? Titania, one of the more potent attackers here.
I would love to see him pick probably 2 offensive champions that he would be more inclined to use.
Yep,
especially
looks like
one
that's
like CGR.
exactly what he's doing here.
Yep. CGR and Nuke can take down so many different champions, and obviously I love Titania, so I love seeing her get picked anytime.
2 potent 7-stars.
And there's that Shuri, potentially a pre-Atuma counter in case he comes up again.
Yep, absolutely. How do you go with the Nick Fury? Okay,
Nice.
nice.
Nick Fury just for the stall, for the extra time that you can earn. Oop, there's that Atuma.
Also access to Archangel, which might be a nice answer to a defending Nick Fury.
Or a America Chavez between MD and that power gain. Very easy to end
And
up
we
with our
haven't
special
seen
3.
America Chavez in our grand finals so far. We've
We
seen a lot of Atuma, though.
We have seen a lot of Atuma. Looks like we might see some more of him.
There we go. So
Atuma
Atuma on
and
defense
Archangel.
and the Nuke and Archangel.
Ooh, there's another potential Adam Warlock pick. Haven't seen him come in yet either, but is one of the champions that has the potential to be really bad in this meta.
So Atuma almost guaranteeing some health loss.
Mm-hmm.
Do we see Fintech go back with the Man-Thing? Maybe not. Probably not with the Titania on Pepe's side. Yeah, it looks like he goes for Doom.
Doom makes sense.
Which is still another good matchup for Titania, though.
Ooh, there's that Sunspot and that Terrax, which I believe is at rank 2.
Yep, that is rank 2, Sig 200. One of the things that Pepe has to think about, though, he already has access to Archangel and CGR and Titania. I don't know how many more picks he wants to spend on an attacker. Maybe he wants to go double defender and really put the pressure on Fintech. Goes with one of each. Okay.
Love seeing that Terrax pick.
With the last 2 picks here, Pepe does have the
Ooh,
advantage.
and we get a reroll. And there's Absorbing Man.
You have to imagine these rerolls are going to be super important here.
Well, he clearly was looking for Absorbing Man since that was the first one he immediately picked.
3 Mystics and a Korg. All potent defenders going with Korg.
Definitely
okay.
going with Korg, looks like.
Those are locked in.
All
last
right.
pick for Pepe here.
Very last pick. That Mordo could be a good defender.
He's also shown he's really comfortable with Black Cat, maybe a Hulkling. These are all really good potential picks here. Does he use the reroll?
Ooh, there is the reroll. Looks like it's going to be coming out. Let's see who he ended up going with.
Going
and
with
it's a Dr. Doom.
Interesting, okay. Here we go. Fintech 2 fights away from becoming your new world champion.
All right, Atuma coming out on defense for Fintech. Pepe going to go with that Terrax to start.
That is Sig 200. That can be really nasty in the right fight.
Oh, it's going to be Atuma via Atuma on defense.
The Atuma defensive mirror.
Think we're going to see Shuri come out against Atuma,
Sure
avoid all that damage.
He's also shown that he's pretty comfortable choosing Absorbing Man there, even though it didn't work out the last time.
That's not just a Tuma, that's 2 Tumas!
The dad jokes were inevitable. All right, we are seeing Shuri come out against Atuma.
Interesting selection there, Titania versus Atuma.
That is an interesting selection. All right, let's see how it pans out.
Really nice start there by Pepe, taking full advantage of his haymakers.
Taking advantage. Getting all that damage in and out while he can. Very nice, clean intercepts. Seeing Shuri put a lot of those shocks on Atuma as well, doing great on Fintech's side.
The pacing of the fight looking really good for Pepe so far, which makes sense. Titania, you want to be aggressive, you want to force your hand.
It's like, ooh, getting
Gets
clipped
punished. Meanwhile, Fintech
just playing around that Falter and the Unstoppable.
just needs to manage the hydration stacks. Does so really
Very
nicely.
Well. Ooh.
Striker play not punished though. It's going to bait out a heavy here. Ooh, punishes the second medium.
You see Titania's special 3 now.
And this is going to be fun here. Titania just gets to go ham. Look at that burst damage. She's just going to try and spam specials while all those debuffs are up.
Very nice, very
Titania.
nice. Very
well
nice job.
played by
Finishing
Pepe
that off with
there.
Pepe.
But
Now
keep in mind, that's 30% chip damage here.
So we're going to see how much time factors into this and how the rest of this fight goes over the next minute for Fintech.
Just less than a minute to go here.
Still managing those hydration charges, getting rid of that Unstoppable.
Really well played, Fintech. Fighting for space out of the corner here. 10 critical shocks ticking on Atuma here.
Do a nice chunk down damage, seeing that decrease steadily.
40 seconds left.
There's
Really
that
good use of
Unstoppable.
the untouchable.
Very, very nice job.
It's going to have to manage the hydration here. Does so nicely.
I like seeing the crowd just as impressed as we are. It's a joy to watch.
We're at 15 critical shocks. Less than 30 seconds to go, though.
Taking down, going to make a difference. See, time or health is going to matter more here.
16 critical shocks. 15% health left to go. Manages the falter really nicely.
Very nice job managing that Falter.
16 critical shocks. You have to
And
imagine it's just... Can
10
you finish
seconds.
it out? 5% health left with 7
And
seconds left.
down.
Well done.
Let's
Take
see
a look
who
at the
took
scoreboard here. Titania
Pepe takes
going
it with
against
Titania.
class advantage. Well played by Pepe.
Very
Fight
nice
1
job.
going to Pepe.
Very nice job. Sometimes playing aggressive does end up paying off, and in this case, it very clearly did.
Really well played by Pepe.
And sometimes that is exactly how you have to play Titania. You have to go in, hit hard, maybe take some chip damage, but it's worth it.
Yep.
Let's see how round 2 goes. All right, who we got coming up on defender from Pepe.
It's Pepe choosing that
There's our
Terrax, leaning
Terrax,
into the Sig 200. However, Fintech has access to an Absorbing Man.
He does.
So Nick Fury, a really good matchup for either Sunspot or Archangel. He could go either way,
Okay.
opting to go with Archangel.
Archangel would be the pick.
But now he has to think, which nuke does he want to save? Because you have to imagine that the Absorbing Man versus Terax matchup is going to be very, very quick for Fintech.
Exactly, so you have to plan it out. I do like the Sunspot potentially against Spider-Ham if that's what we end up seeing in a round 3.
There we go. Walking
And
in
there
Absorbing
it
Man.
is.
Don't blink. This fight might be quick. Taking a
And
look
there's
at the
that
pre-fight
pre-fight.
there.
Yep. Getting that Magma pre-fight put on. Here we go.
This is a 6-star rank 5 Absorbing Man against a rank 2 SIG 200 Terax. Fintech taking advantage of the aggressive AI here from Pepe. Nailing late intercepts. Look at those stacks on Fintech,
nice
though.
job with Fintech taking advantage, getting rid of that indestructible, just absolutely chunking down Terax.
He's already halfway through.
But we're seeing
Terax
the same.
is starting to melt.
Terax is starting to melt, but Nick Fury is already half dead. Terax is gone.
Fintech leaning into the nuke matchup there and is heavily rewarded.
Still seeing Nick Fury with a very, very clean fight coming in from
And that just
Pepe.
goes to show you how incredible the Absorbing Man Terax matchup is. This is a clean fight on Archangel's side, one of the traditional nukes, and still was outpaced by a 6-star Absorbing Man.
I've never seen an Absorbing Man fight go that quickly. That was impressive to watch, but we are still seeing a very clean, very good Nick Fury fight here.
So we're very confident that Fintech's won this round, and he has the advantage of being able to study the next round, having almost a minute to set up the next fight here.
Probably gonna finish it off with a striker. Yep.
Really clean
Very
striker
nice
play
job.
to finish off.
Very nice job.
Fintech potentially one fight away from taking the belt home.
This is the match point if Fintech takes this next round. We'll have to see who they're gonna pick for defenders.
One more fight here. Pepe needs to win this one to force a game 5.
All right, final defender picks. Who are they going with? Oh, we see a Dr. Doom coming out.
You have to think that it's Doom, but
Ooh.
Doom versus Spider-Ham is a really nice matchup.
It is a really nice matchup, and it's a Doom versus Sunspot.
Nice, I like this. This is going to be interesting. Vancouver, get loud.
Everybody get loud. This could be your match point.
Here we go, the defensive Doom to potentially decide the championship here.
We see Fintech immediately stacking up those power stings. Love seeing that. I believe he has the Ant-Man relic on Spider-Ham.
Yep, taking full advantage of those. Bruce, wow, look at the sting damage.
Oh, but he gets
clipped.
So now we're
Can
seeing
he
the
outpace the incinerates? Still under control.
Still under control. Still managing. Still with
He's
lots
gonna
of
have
stings.
to dex.
Oh,
Wow!
That fight. Whew. All right, now it's going to come down to how clean of a fight Pepe, if Pepe can get it done. Oh!
We're going to have to sweat this, though. He's got a shock. He has to watch out for the stun here. Backing away.
Backing up, making some space.
Really good management there.
Now we're going to see, will this special 2 be done fast enough with enough health?
Perfect block, mitigating some of the chit damage. Can he dex the special 1? Well
Very
done.
nice job. Waiting out the indestructible, already done.
Is he going to wait out the aura, or is he going to try and gamble here?
I was going to say putting out the
Really
falter.
good management of the falter.
Well done. There's the special 2.
I don't think that's enough to clear. He
don't
still
think
has
so.
more to go with just under a minute left to go.
Very nice dex. Well done.
The aura is up. He has to be careful.
Got to manage it. Being very, very careful.
Under 15% left to
Watching
go.
that power gain.
One more dex of the special 2. Really good usage of the perfect block.
Very
really
nice.
well done.
Oh, the falter!
The falter coming through. Oh, no!
There's
the special 2 with the indestructible. That's Fintech.
That is Fintech.
Your world champion.
Congratulations, Fintech.
Woo! On your feet, Vancouver!
Woohoo!
Pepe, thank you so much, brother. It was a pleasure to have you here. Fierce competitor. Make some noise for Fintech! Congratulations. This belongs to you. Put it on. There we go. Your world champion! There you go. Like a champion. You look like a champion. Do you feel like a champion?
Definitely.
Definitely. That's what we like to hear. Was there ever a moment of doubt? I know that we've seen your confidence grow match over match. Walk us through the emotional roller coaster of this round.
This last round? Yeah, the Spider-Ham fight is usually like 20 seconds at most. I don't know what happened. I messed up the special 2 decks, and I was so sure I would lose that one.
Well, I got all of that. Did you guys get all of that? Absolutely incredible. You came a long way. Walk me through this. Were you fighting any jet lag? Like, did you feel at any point that your performance was impacted by all the travel you had coming here?
Well, it's a big time zone difference, but usually back at home I'll be up late anyway, so it wasn't that big of a deal.
Getting in those rounds, getting those reps, that's dedication. That's your champion. Make some noise for FinTech. Thank you so very much. You're going home a champion. Make sure get this through security at the airport. It's going to be a tough one. All right, we are going to throw things back to our commentator booth so that they can wrap up, and then we'll be back up here in a moment with some thank yous. Dragon, J. Nick, please take it away.
How about that?
What a grand final.
That was absolutely wild, between the Spider-Ham ending, missing the special 2 decks, not being sure he's going to get the win, and then still just eking it out.
In there.
Oh, love seeing those power strings go off on Doom. That fight, I love FinTech going, yeah, it's normally a 20-second fight. Don't know about the rest of you, but that's like a 1-minute fight for those of us normies out here. So love seeing that. Love seeing him played at his highest possible level. That was just wild from start to finish.
Absolutely, but also much respect to Pepe there.
He did amazing.
Incredible competitor.
He did fantastic. I loved his picks. I love seeing the Black Cat play.
Yep.
Just doing absolutely amazing. And obviously, Sunspot. You can't deny the power of a Sunspot. So out of those matches that we just saw, out of everything that we just watched, what was your favorite moment?
It's hard. I don't think I'll ever forget that final match there.
Yeah, coming down to the very end of the wire, seeing that first match go so quickly and then waiting for the second match. Hard to beat that level of tension. I've seen some amazing moments, some fantastic gameplay, some absolutely amazing gameplay from both players. It's been an absolute honor watching these guys just do what they do best.
100%. These players are incredibly talented, pushing this game to ridiculous levels.
I mean, we're here. Like, at the end of the day, we're here, and that's just an amazing thing. And it's because of the players, because of guys who are as good as they are. So it has been an honor commentating with you, J-Nick.
Likewise.
Thank you very much. And for those of you who don't know, I am Dragon.
And I'm J-Nick.
And we're going to toss it back over to Jackson.
Woo! Thank you very much to all of our commentators. Thank you to everybody here. It is with great honor to bring out my boss, your best friend. Please make some noise for Mike.
Hello, everybody. Thank you, Jackson. I just want to take a moment to thank each and every one involved with this project. This has been a huge undertaking. So thank you to my incredible team back at Kabam for everything that they've done, both my team that's back there and the team that's back there that made this happen tonight, and all of you sitting over here tonight. Thank you to each and every one of our competitors. You guys were absolutely amazing. Your talent and passion is next to none. And then thank you to every single player who is tuning in, sitting here, and especially to those who competed in Battlegrounds. This has been a dream come true for all of us, and thank you, thank you, thank you.
Couldn't have said it better myself, so I won't try to. That does it for us here. Thank you, everybody, for attending, for watching Battlerealm Brawl 2023. I can't say with certainty, but I would love to see you guys back here again next year. We'll see how things play out. This was an incredible event, one of the most incredible things I've ever been a part of, and it's been so fantastic. From the bottom of my heart, thank you all. My name's Jax. We'll see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.